can put your tokens there, I would appreciate it.
Okay, how do I put my token there? Where is
Should
the
be in
token?
your library. You should see your token.
Ah, right.
In whatever order you want. That door is freely open. We won't. You're not actually there yet, but it would just make it easier for me.
Top left?
No, it should be on the very western side.
Over here?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
But we'll go ahead and start with, I believe, Marlowe. You were going back to the ship because you wanted to have a date, apparently.
Not a date, but yeah, I'm supposed to contact her. She asked me to.
Okay.
But I can't figure out how to pick up the token from the library.
Okay, I will drop it in for you.
I don't even see the library to put my token.
It's in the chat menu when you hit the compendium, right?
Yeah.
No, in the journal.
Uh-huh.
Yep. You should be able to kind of like hover over your name and then left click and drag it over. And it's not going to actually look like your token until you release.
Of course. Oh, okay, I think I know what's going on. See, it's trying to grab everything.
I got it. Give me a second. There you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So, Marlowe, you call out one Fang's name. You feel this weird tingling sensation at your mind. It feels like it's trying to lull you into sleep. You get tired for a second. Do you want to fight against it, or do you want to just go with it?
I want to go. Do we have bunks? Like, do we have?
Yeah, you have hammocks.
All right. Actually, I'm gonna go and break into Millie's room.
Okay, into the captain's quarters.
Into the captain's quarters and lay on the bed.
Okay, so you pass out on the bed, the captain's bed. As soon as you do that, there's a swirl of colors and purples and reds and golds. You find yourself in a room covered in chains. There's standing kind of in the center is a bluish skinned woman. Large black, almost raven wings sprouting from her back, a veil of silver chains wrapped around her face, and at first it looks like silk, but as you pay attention, you see that each one is a tiny silver link for her clothes. It looks almost like a toga. Marlowe, I see you've finally called upon me.
Well, yeah, I mean, technically you called on me first. I'm not always so great about like getting back to people right away. We had something go on. But yeah. I mean, I said, we should get together later, so yeah.
You're indistinct. Where are you?
I don't know.
I am fortunate.
It's called the city.
She kind of looks at you narrowly, her eyes narrow. Oh, that's why it's hard to get a hold on you. Unfortunately, it's hard. Cross-world communication can be difficult for me. But is there anything you would like to discuss?
Oh, I mean, no. I mean, maybe if this is difficult, I can always wait until we get back. I don't know how long we're gonna be here, but
it drains me. I think I can hold this connection for 10 minutes. I'm really not supposed to. I'm not supposed to leave here. That trip to the I was a little bit on probation. That trip to the fire elemental plane.
Where are you?
I'm back on your home world, Suabos.
But what's with all the chains? I mean, I had gathered, but I was kind of under the
This
impression
is my
maybe you
true
broke them
form,
all.
Marla. This is what I look like to myself. You are seeing a mental projection. Very few people actually get to
Oh.
see this.
But I mean, you're not like operating out of hell, are you?
No, I'm not actually allowed to return to the hells.
That's what I kind of gathered. I gotta say that's kind of cool. I mean, maybe it's hard, but it's kind of cool.
It can be difficult at times, but it's a
Well,
complicated situation.
well, I'll tell you what. I will call back when we get back. I thought maybe you needed something from me, which is why you wanted me to contact you.
I definitely could use a person of your talents, but I have no interests in the city right now.
All right. Well, when we get back, I'll give you a call. I don't want to like burden you. That seems like it's very hard to maintain this connection. I didn't quite understand the whole like physics of it.
It's perfectly fine, Marlo. Just when you get back, I expect a call. If you could visit me physically, it would be even better. Neither of us would have to expend resources.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. How do I look you up? What's a better way?
She doesn't actually say anything, but you suddenly get this image of it's a map of Suabos and a single point, and there is no like it burns itself into your brain. You know exactly where to find her,
Okay.
and then you
Well,
wake up
thank you. And I
with that
yeah.
searing pain. You wake up.
Okay. Well, Marlo's had a few hangovers,
Mm-hmm.
so even though it's burned into his memory, he knows he's still going to forget anyway. So he's going to go and he's going to get his journal real quick and jot it down. How much time did that take?
About 5 minutes.
And his head is pounding.
It hurts. It doesn't actually cause you damage, but yeah, it's
Okay.
there.
Well, he's gonna raid the captain's liquor cabinet.
Okay. Okay. So, one of the things you realize, unless Mealy or did anybody bring liquor with them when they left?
I did.
Yeah, Miss did.
Well, this isn't
Marlo
Miss
did
yet.
too, but
Okay, so Mealy, because you would have found that the liquor cabinet was pretty much empty. What would Mealy have? Just ale, or
I decided to buy a big barrel of
Okay.
ale.
So that's all you really
Oh.
find. You realize that the
Okay.
GIF they were a dry navy. As horrible as that is.
Well, that is really pathetic.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Shayna
But
and Chester, I should mention something to you guys, and I will actually post the link now. So it is that's not the right link. Give me a second. So that link is to the Extra Life page. It is the start of the Dungeons and Dragons Extra Life Drive. As part of that, and you guys don't have to participate, or you can, I am offering for this entire month of Paladins and Pajamas. If you guys want to re-roll a die, you can donate $2 to children's hospitals through my Extra Life page, and you get to re-roll.
Awesome. I love Extra Life.
And just you don't have to do it while we're on stream. If you just, I trust you. If you just keep track of how many times you do it, and then just pay afterwards, it'll be fine.
Okay.
All debts must be paid.
But anyway, so moving on. So Marlo, yeah, do you raid Mealy's Kago beer?
No, he'll go try to get his own off the top of the carriage.
Okay. Okay, so Rindle, you were still talking to the Demir, correct?
No,
Or-
I actually caught up with everyone in Full Moon, and I kind of had a chat, and I briefed him on what our contacts for the sales were looking for, because I figured he was the most instrumental person to sow chaos between the Demir and Silencia.
Okay. Golgarian Celestia. The
Oh, I
Demir,
thought you.
our
Yeah,
contract.
sorry.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm with you. Yeah.
Mealy, you are currently helping out Mist. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Mist, Mealy, and Mist and Mealy, you are currently trying to find your way to the Izzets.
Before we walk off, I was going to ask Mealy, should we maybe walk a little bit slow in case Full Moon or Dahlia wants to catch up? I saw Dahlia run off into the kitchens. Speaking of that, I bet she is going to love Donlon when we get home. Oh, and this is your, I think Full Moon said your assistant, Shane. What does he actually do for you?
I just turn around and I look at him like it's like the first time I'm noticing somebody. Nothing.
He does nothing for you.
No.
All right, Shane, what do you think you do for Mealy?
My job is to I am Mealy's valet.
Okay. Perfect.
Well, actually, at this point, he takes out a rag and starts trying to shine Mealy's armor while she's wearing it.
I let him do it.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well,
But if you want to, walk slow, that's fine.
All right. As we're going, I'm hoping maybe I can pick up a couple of things and catch up with you. Along the lines of also wondering if maybe you guys, I wanted to actually bring this up to everyone, but was wondering if you guys wanted to maybe start a business, a trading business across the world, since we have 2 ships now.
Trading?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, could probably use the gold.
Yeah. One of
What
the
would we be trading?
Well, that's one of the things that I was hoping to talk to the Harun of the Mizit?
No,
Is it a
okay.
bit-
So I know this is confusing because I misspoke. So the leader of the Izzets is not, the Prune is actually a diplomatic title. You were talking about Niv Mizzet, the
Yes.
leader of the Izzet.
Dragon.
So he is not the Perun?
No, that would be Rao.
All right. So Niv Mizzet. I have the possibility of maybe getting him in touch with actually the person I owe for this drow hand, which, thinking about it, I probably went a little over far with that joke with Full Moon, but maybe we have a business opportunity once we talk to Niv Mizzet. And I mean, I've got this package for him that the Gith Yonki had, so hopefully we'll be able to get to see him.
Yeah.
And I will show Mealy. I'll bring out one of the Kyber crystals.
Okay. I'm sorry, I had to stop because I was looking on chat. We cannot have 3 Shanes in this game.
Challenge accepted.
No, what I was saying in the chat was saying because Shane was supposed to be actually following Mealy, but I mean, actually following Tucker, but the whole point was there's 2 Shanes with it, so I think that's why you guys went with Shane instead of Sean. I looked up in the notes, and that's what Tucker was also looking at. It was supposed to be Sean following them, not Shane.
Okay, so we're gonna go with Sean because if there's 2 Shanes in your group, that's actually 3 Shanes in the game because Marlo's spear is named Shane.
Right. That's the point. That's why he made the one Shane. So Barlow's got 2 Shanes with them at all times.
Okay.
There's just 2 of them, technically. For
Okay.
now.
Okay.
For
Want
now.
to make sure. So Sean is following Mealy. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry.
So yeah, I'll pull out one of the kyber crystals I have
Uh-huh.
and show it to Mealy as we're walking along, and go. We might be able to get these with our ships, and I'm pretty sure the Izzets are going to want it. Or my contact back on Eberron has already said that he wants it. But I
Mealy,
think
as
this.
soon as she pulls out the kyber crystal, I need you to make a religion check. I need you to be able to. You already sent something very evil coming from whatever the hell that is.
Great.
Something evil. Oh shit! I didn't know that.
Strike her down.
Yeah, okay, you know. So you remember those things, those giant soul crystals you saw in the abyss? These
Yeah.
are small condensed versions of that. Only instead of it being human souls trapped in there, it seems to be demonic in nature.
All right. Well, I will look at it and just kind of step back a little bit. I'm like, you know what that is that you're holding, right?
Well, I know it's a kyber crystal. I know it's apparently a source of power for things.
I'll be like, you do remember that giant soul crystal, right?
The one in the abyss?
Yeah.
The one that knocked Rendell unconscious?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's like one of those, except it's condensed, and I don't think it has human souls. I think that's demonic souls in there.
Oh. Well, fuck. All right, I'm just gonna put this away for now. Well, I guess we could table that one and maybe talk to the Izzets about their weapons. I do know someone who was interested in purchasing them.
All right.
So, I think one of you guys had mentioned that Rendell had died. What happened?
Died. We use that term very loosely. He fell and he hurt himself a little bit. He was a little angry.
Okay, so this conversation is lasting long enough. I'm going to let anyone who wants to catch up with them at this point. Just
I think. Oh, sorry. I think I was trying to sneak away from the werewolf that was following me.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
that's right.
I didn't like being followed.
Okay, so I'm gonna have Full Moon go ahead and roll for the perception check. They have advantage because of their sense of smell, but they're not that well trained. So I'm just gonna say it's a +2. But Dahlia, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay.
Go guy.
Awesome.
You do have advantage, Terry, because it is this.
That's awesome.
I'm pretty sure you can't roll less than that, can you, Dahlia?
No.
She smells funny. I can't find her.
I just smell like all the weird shit in the kitchen.
Yeah, like and everything kind of smells that way. So
Yeah, that's my thought.
So yeah, you lose your follower in the kitchen.
Yes. Okay, and then I run and catch up. I just didn't like being followed.
Okay.
Prove a point.
So Rindle and Full Moon, you were together. Were you going to go back to the boat and meet Marlo, or were you going to go meet Mealy and Mist?
So it depends on what we actually do that would actually help us or benefit us a little bit more. Because we know that eventually you're going to have to come back to the boat, so we don't need to waste our efforts. If there's something we can do out in town without them, or out prying eyes, I should say, we try to work on that.
Okay. Is there anything you want to accomplish out in town?
Just get an idea of different things and different people. Try to get a map, like I said before, a layout of the land. Try to figure out if we can find any contacts or anyone that we can talk to while we're here.
Okay.
Just to see what's going on.
Figure out who the power players are so we can start working them off each other.
Okay,
You know.
both of you give me investigation rolls, or you can actually give me charisma investigation rolls. I want to see, because you guys are trying to talk to people about this, not necessary. Or you, if one of you doesn't want to roll and give the other one advantage, you can do it that way.
I'll give him advantage.
Okay.
Damn it. Okay.
Oh, you want us to both roll? I'll both roll. I don't mind.
I think you're still ahead of me on charisma, right? So I was gonna say I should probably give you advantage, but doesn't matter. Fuck it, I'm rolling. It happened.
Okay.
It was a good time to roll.
So apparently,
I'll do it again
yeah.
because you're giving me advantage.
You might as well take it. Or you might roll it higher than that. You didn't, but 24 is perfectly fine. So you learn a few things. Most of the city, most of where you're at, Ward 9 is pretty safe. However, where you're going, or where, I mean, you could go the other direction, but in order to get to both the Izzet area, the Celestian Gardens, basically Ward 8, you're going to have to pass through basically the slums. It's not the Undercity. The Undercity is the sewers. But you're going to have to pass through what is essentially the slums. The grid system that you've so enjoyed, which you can't really get lost in. The slums, while it was originally a grid, they just kind of kept on building on top of it. So now it's maze-like in nature. Buildings run into each other. The road doesn't really exist anymore. Maintenance is gone to shit. But you do know. So from a political standpoint, I'm going to give you the whole rundown here. You guys are Ward 9 is basically the working class. Ward 8 and 9 are both working class districts. That means the guilds around here. You don't hear anything about the Demir because they're not really a guild. They're a loose collection of criminals. So the Boros patrol the streets, and are basically the cops, but in a very Judge Dredd kind of way. They see you breaking a crime, they will enact punishment immediately. There is no like halt. It is magic and spears come out.
I like them.
The obviously the Golgari, who you already met, they're sanitation workers and chefs. They're anything to do with farming is also in their purview. Although there's not a lot of farmland here.
Sorry to interrupt. I was going to say all at the same time. So they're dealing with food, sanitation, and then they're farming.
Sometimes. Sometimes the organic reclamation, as they call it, leads directly to the food. The Celestia are like gardeners. They're druids and kind of they're responsible for. If the Golgari tend to be farmers, these ones tend to be like horticulturists and landscapers. They're more about the beauty of nature than they are about the usefulness of it. But they're still pretty much working class people. They work for other people. And then the Izzet are the engineers. They are the ones that are actually, and urban planning. They were the ones who actually keep the city functioning. But pretty much everybody works for the Azorius Senate or the bankers, whose name I always forget. And there's also, if you look up in the air, you see a lot of weird creatures flying about. The Simics are constantly experimenting in the slums, but you know that, but from what you can tell, they're the doctors. They're actually pretty high up on the chain here. The one thing they don't really have much problems, they don't have much problems with the Rakdos or the Groll. It's a little too urban for the Groll and the Rakdos. The Boros tend to, anybody that even shows signs of being a Rakdos is usually bound up in chains and thrown out.
So with a lot of the conversations that we seem to be having, I'm just trying to make sure that we're new to town. We want to make sure that we don't offend either side of the Celestials or the other one. So we're trying to ask around, who do we not want to upset or interrupt with, as well as a name drop, because we said we were told to stay away from that person. Just trying to get more and more information we can from everybody as we pass by.
Okay, so you're basically told, don't if you run into the Boros, just follow their commands. Don't try to argue with them. Um, there's always more of them. And they carry badges. Just be aware. There is a certain amount of fear in all of them. But for the most part, like with the exception, there is talk of the fact that Ravnica is around. For the most part, there's no real players in Ward 9. As I said, it's fairly lower income around here. When you get to Ward 8, there's the Izzet have almost complete control over Ward 8, and be very mindful of Ral, and Niv Mizzet is, while he is a very smart being, his temperament is prone to swings, and he is very arrogant, and also a little. He also has some self-esteem issues at the same time, where it's really easy to offend him. He likes to be buttered up.
Actual butter?
He appreciates some butter every once in a while, but no, he
I
does not
probably
like.
have some butter with me.
He probably does not like to actually be buttered.
Everybody's got their
Oh, yeah.
thing.
But he patrols Ward 8 pretty regularly. You'll see him. He's pretty much literally the biggest thing around. You are known that if you see anybody wearing like a white and blue robe, stay the fuck away from them. They're probably the Senate, and they like to make patrols around to share with the common people, but they're not. Stay away. It will cause you problems if you were to mess with them. From this, if you are looking for something specific, like it's some way to say impact Celestia and Golgari issues, Celestia actually are trying to set up a fairly well-established garden in their embassy near Ward 8, and but the Golgari are constantly trying to. Any useful land the Golgari want to use for farming, while the Celestia want to showcase the beauty of and want to set up a park. And right now the Golgari have kind of let the Celestia do what they want with it. But if you were to implicate the Golgari in somehow messing with their garden, it could probably cause some tempers to flare. Is there anything else you guys want to know?
Not at the moment.
So the last thing I wanted to bug you about, we've already been told that we need to stay away from things along those lines, and I'm just trying to figure out if we also had plans to get a hold of a map or anyone that makes maps.
Are you wanting a map of the city, or what kind of map do you want?
Any kind of map we can get. Smaller maps are fine because it helps us in the short term. Big maps would help us in the long term, and then we can also possibly talk to somebody about getting more map supplies if we don't have any to make any more ourselves.
I mean, if you want a map of this, like getting a full map of the city would be nearly impossible. But of Ward 9, Ward 8 is pretty easy, especially right next to there's some type of gift shop or like the medieval equivalent of it that would sell a fold-out map. The only difficult thing would get it back folded. I mean, it's
yeah. I don't shop at gift marts.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there a religious quarter around, or a ward that has temples and whatnot?
Yeah. I mean, it is. What are you looking for from that?
So we had this fun experience with Zugdmoy's fungus, on some of these other worlds, and there's some gardens that need sabotaging. So I was gonna kind of, see if I could find something along those lines, or adherents who might be able to procure stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna need a religion roll from you. You gonna. That's really tough. I actually don't even make that roll. It would be impossible for you to succeed. You do. I would say you would learn that if you're gonna do any kind of planar contact, planar magic is very difficult here, and you're gonna have to talk to one of the planeswalkers, which right now there's only 2 in the city.
And they would be.
Vraska and Rao.
Oh, see, my guy wasn't there for that talk earlier, so I was just making sure.
Jace isn't there. This is actually a constant problem. People would actually, you keep on hearing the name Jace and know that, but he's not on plane right now, which is why the guild pact is a little flexible.
So Arizu was able to get in contact with the Demir despite us being elf. He have venues of contact to find a broker for something of this nature?
He would. Well, Arizu would not. Zukimoi is a demonic entity.
Well, I said something like he knows what I'm looking for here.
Yeah,
something.
He could
something
get you
for
in
a good frame
contact with
job.
the Demir, but you're gonna have to get to Ward 2 in order to talk to anybody with that kind of power. Or Rao or Vraska are the only ones in this area.
Yeah, they probably won't keep their mouth shut. Okay, I'm gonna keep thinking on ways to do things then.
He actually does let you know he could get you in contact with somebody else, but you don't. But he lets you know this is Arizu. Bolus is not trustworthy at all.
Never stopped us before.
Arizu, actually, do you want me to send a message to Nicole Bolas?
Man, I'm such a fanboy, so I'm gonna go ahead and allow my OOC fanboy nature to say yes. I love Nico Wallace.
Okay. He does let you know it's going to take probably. It's always hard to find him. Although he's usually easy to track. He has some. He leaves interesting things in his wake. So he just lets you know it might take some time.
I've got nothing but time right now.
Okay, so he disappears. Okay, so what's everybody else doing? Marlo, we'll go back to you because you were having this. Because I'm gonna say, Rendell, you were having this conversation with Arizu. I have no idea. Was Full Moon around for this, or did you try to duck out? I mean, it was psychic, but you.
Asking if I ducked out or if Full Moon ducked out.
No, you could have it silently. A psychic.
Yeah, I would have probably just had the conversation with Arizu while I was walking with Full Moon.
Okay.
Unless he's looking to break off for some reason. He's my wingman right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, so you guys are headed back to the ship, right? Or not?
Roundabout
Full
way.
Moon. Yeah, I think Full Moon had some places he wanted to go.
Okay. Marlo, you're what are you up to? You're muted, Tucker.
So Marlo has gotten his drinks out of the. He's actually on the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know. Is the carriage suspended or is it just on the deck?
It is. So you replaced your lifeboat with the carriage. So you kind of had to like mess with the cradle a little bit. It's not on the deck. It's on the lifeboat cradle. So
Okay.
but it still has the davit attached to it because
Does it sway or is it
no,
fixed?
because you would have taken the pressure off the line. The crew would have, at least. There would be no reason to keep, because otherwise you'd be stretching out the chain for no reason. But
Okay, so
it's on rail. So a cradle looks like it's
right.
like two rails that are slightly curved. It's kind of awkward because it's designed for a curved keel to sit in it.
Okay,
but you're
so
sitting
it's
on it.
fixed. It's just slightly tilted.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he's laying on that across it. He's got Shane down there mixing drinks. He's pulled Millie's barrel out, and he's got the crew drinking too.
Okay. So you're getting the crew's getting rip roaring junk that's on watch. Thank you. And so at around this time I'm gonna say Full Moon Rindle, you come across this. I'm gonna say with Marlowe's performance and persuasion, it's an easy thing to get them to, and the fact that he is actually the person you guys put in charge of the discipline of your crew.
I did not.
I was gonna say that seems like a poor choice.
I made a lot of poor choices that day.
Okay.
So I guess I'll just ask them for an update, try to figure out where we are with supplies, anything else we need over here, and hopefully they haven't just been doing this all day.
The crew actually has been working. They let you know that they've replenished the stores of what they can, but apparently everything here is either meat or mushrooms. Like it's very, and the meat is weird. Like it's just strange. Most of it's like vat grown. The they've been replenishing the beer because that's their priority for morale purposes. But your stores are reloaded. Beyond that, there's nothing really else to report. They can cast off whenever the captain returns. It's not a problem. One of them, probably the most charismatic, does pull you aside and hands you a book, full of a bunch of really strange signatures. But apparently, he was successful in getting quite a few signatures.
I thank him and reward him for his time, and I hand him a brand new book.
He says, "I understand. We'll call this one Sebastian, just to keep the naming convention going."
So were you guys able to hire that little cook? I don't remember her name. Does anyone remember her name?
Dahlia?
I'm sure we can call her whatever you want to call her. Were you able to hire her on our crew?
I feel like I should be offended.
She seemed to want off the city pretty readily, so she's supposed to be working for us. I think she left with that weird squirrel thing that you guys rescued.
I love how they describe me.
Squirrel Girl? Yeah, she's a friend of ours. She's actually a cat, I think. I'm not sure. So if we're able to persuade her, awesome. If not, go about it. If you guys need anything, let me know. We can try to get something for you guys for our next trip.
All right.
Apparently, you guys, and I'll point at the people that are definitely drinking, you could use some more booze.
Oh, definitely. Anything to tide us over. It's a very long trip. I would let, and he goes, there have been murmurs. We saw that Marlowe is paying the crew. I don't want to impede upon your magnificence, sir, but I think it might be better for the outside perspective if maybe you were to give us a few coins for our trouble.
Well, if you'd like to talk about it in private, I believe we discussed this in greater detail. If you'd like to, we can go over it when we get underway a little bit, and I can show you the contract that you signed.
I just, I understand we have a higher purpose. I just wanted to throw that out there, sir.
Well, like I said before, if there's anything you need, you let me know,
Okay.
and I can get it for you.
We'll talk about it underway. You can obviously tell he is frightened of you and also respectful of you, but like, yeah, they are.
Okay, so as I see him being frightened, I say, no, don't be so scared. Come close. Tell me what you need. Tell us, everyone, what you need.
About this time, full moon, the person you know as Shane, or you have identified as Shane, walks over with it's a red glass with a black cherry on top of it and a slice of candied orange peel in it around what looks like a big chunk of ice. Sir, Marlowe sends his regards. Dahlia could if she was there.
So what I was saying,
I mean, sorry,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
yeah. So I was
No, go
saying
ahead.
is, what did you want? Tell everyone, so maybe we can give it to everybody.
I thought it would be good for appearances if we got like a few silver each.
I have gold for
Or-
you guys if you need it.
Oh,
Money's no object.
gold would actually be better. He actually thinks better of the silver comment. Um, yes, yeah. Just one gold each would be perfect, sir.
Yes, but right now, unfortunately, not everyone has liberty during this port. So next port, when everyone has liberty, don't worry, I'll be able to give you each a gold.
That sounds perfect, sir. Thank you so much. You're, oh, blessed one. By the way, Shane is still holding this drink out in front of you. I have no idea if you take it or not.
Not sure if I take it. I say thank you, but right now I cannot drink, or it is not a good time. There's much that needs to be done, and right now it is not a joyous time or time for celebration. And or as we get in, as you guys will find when we get underway, of prayer.
Very well. At this point, Shane kind of walks back and hands Marlowe. Like, apparently he didn't want it.
Well, you must not have.
You muted yourself, Tucker.
Oh, sorry. I thought I was unmuting myself. You
I
must
do that
not
all
have
the
made
time.
it right. Try it again.
Okay, so
Maybe we should do the green one I told you about.
he pours it over the side, grabs some rye whiskey, sweet vermouth. This is weird that this is completely strange that I actually know how to make these. So a shot of sweet vermouth, 2 shots of rye whiskey, a actual maraschino cherry, bitters, and then a candied orange slice. This is the this is what you wanted, sir, right?
And Marla will sip just a little bit of it.
It's a good Manhattan.
Yeah, go try again. This is good.
Okay.
And don't come back until he's drinking it.
Oh man.
Okay, so he goes back and Again, same drink. This time in actual. The only thing he did is he switched glasses. So now instead of it being in like a whiskey glass, it's actually in like a martini cocktail glass. And like he's very insistent, sir.
So I'm going to be pointing at the one that was talking to us earlier about the money. I say, you drink this. Take it back to Marlo. Tell him what you think.
Okay. He takes the drink. I think I usually prefer something sweeter, but it's good. And then Shane and Sebastian both walk off. Back to you, Marlo.
So, did you drink it?
It was good. I usually prefer something sweeter.
Wait, so are you saying you drank the quartermaster's drink?
He
That
told
is
me
definitely a powder foul.
he told me to. Oh God!
He's
At this
poor
point,
dog.
Sebastian is terrified.
Oh, don't worry.
And starts like
Too
goes
much.
off to a corner and start like takes
But if
out
you
a.
don't figure this out better, examples will have to be made.
Okay, so both Shane and Sebastian both look at each other and then go to a corner, grab a heavy piece of hawser, and start flagellating their back with it.
Wait, what the hell? Not at all what I meant. Stop that.
Rendell, what are you doing? You're seeing all of this go down.
I've seen worse in hell. I don't know. I don't see anything truly out of place here. People, beating themselves as ordered. I'm gonna wander up to where I hang out when I drive the boat and, wait for people to make a decision what we're doing next.
You have. I had to move on to Mr. Mealy and Dahlia now because you guys are out here. So you guys are. What are you guys doing? You guys going to the slums that you have to go to pass into Ward 8?
Yes, and along the way, I am looking for stores where I might be able to ask about a 6-gallon underwater espresso thing, and
Make a investigation check.
oh, I'm terrible at these. Maybe like a kitchen
So
supply
I'm
store.
what I'm gonna tell you is you're not gonna be able to find anything that does exactly what you want, but you might be able to find pieces to kind of create. There is very little demand for a 6-gallon espresso machine that functions underwater.
Okay, 15.
Okay, so you actually do through one of the restaurants find a espresso machine that can make I would say a gallon of coffee at a time. It is huge. I mean,
Yes.
if you take an espresso machine, which makes 2 ounces of coffee at a time, so a gallon is what, 128 ounces? So it's 128 times the mass of a normal espresso machine. It probably would take up your entire hold.
Okay,
Dream come
so
true.
so I am going to ask them if they know of something that's a little bit more compact, and I'm going to describe that I'm going to be trying to do this underwater, and I'm out of character. I'm actually hoping they point me to someone that would actually know better.
That you can go to the Artificers Guild in Ward 8.
Okay, Artificers Guild. I will try there. Thank you
They
very
might.
much.
I doubt they have anything on hand, but they're always interested in challenges.
Okay, I will have to swing by
Also,
there.
the Simics in Ward 7 might be able to help you with the underwater portion. Most
All
of
right.
them have merfolk in them that tend to spend a lot of time down there.
Okay. I will check those out. And then I'm also looking for somewhere where I can buy the silver mirror I need as a focus for scrying.
Easy enough. Mark the gold off of your sheet to that's easy. That's an easy buy.
All right, so that Minus 1,000.
But she wants a fancy one with rabbits engraved on it, and
Yeah, that's why it's 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh, it is a beautiful mirror, but yeah, it's not going to take any amount of time to find somebody willing to sell you 1,000 gold mirror. Even in this area of town, there's probably somebody that needs the money, and it has a family heirloom.
All right. Got it. And then as we're walking, I am also looking for somewhere where I could find a bag of holding or spices or seeds.
Spices, seeds, easy. Bag of holding, nope.
Okay. And then the other thing I needed to find was somewhere that does gems. I need diamond
a gem
dust.
cutter.
Yeah, maybe a gem cutter.
You're gonna have to go to Ward 2 for that. You need to talk to the bankers. The gems are not. You can tell there's no real place to mine here.
Mm-hmm.
So gems are very rare.
All right, Ward 2 for that, but not going there yet.
Yes, there are astral sails on Becca's ship. Whoever just asked that. But you do know that they are smaller than your ship uses. And you guys don't have. You guys use square sails. Becca's ship uses triangular sails. It's the wrong type of sail.
so we just sew 2 triangles together and we have a square.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as we're walking along, I'll so Dahlia, I'm not sure who you actually want to work for, but you could probably get Full Moon to pay you more if you negotiate leaning in heavily to. I mean, you heard us going back and forth a little bit.
I'll be right back while you guys are having this conversation.
At some point, Full Moon is going to try to get you to sign one of his books. I don't know what is with the books. I don't know. There's something. Just make sure you read the fine print.
Okay.
If you choose to sign.
Don't sign anything without checking it out first.
Yeah.
Just don't sign
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
Just don't sign it.
I would recommend just not signing it. There's definitely something weird with them, and his books react to my claws in a very negative way.
Okay. That all sounds creepy enough that I would want to steer clear of it. Yeah.
As we're walking, is there anything you guys want to check out?
Anywhere we stop for spices or check stuff out, I've got like a list of things that I would just buy them or not buy them, but have them. And yeah.
I guess we can go over that once Scott's back.
Okay. It's nothing super weird or bizarre or anything, but.
I did get seeds because I'm going to actually try to have a growing area.
I can help with that.
Yeah. Oh, good. Scott's back.
Okay. What's up?
So Dahlia and Mist, when we find the place with the seeds and the spices, Mist is getting seeds of various plants because she's going to be trying to grow them in her cabin.
Mm-hmm.
Dahlia wanted to pick up spices. So what's that going to cost?
I would say seeds, spices, total. It's really not that expensive. We're just talking about a gold, unless you're looking for something specific, and then we can talk like if you're looking for like saffron, it's going to be ridiculously expensive. But
not saffron, but things like maybe elderflower or wasabi, things that are a little weird but still common.
So wasabi's not that hard. Root vegetables aren't that big of an issue. Elderflower would probably be an issue. So we'll say 1 gold for a smattering of a bunch of spices, but then another 5 silver for the elderflower. Are you looking for like a liquid, or are you looking for actual something else? But
liquid would be preferable because I'm assuming that would keep better, especially if we're going to be doing the going underwater and coming up, humidity changes.
Yeah, the liquid is actually cheaper, so we'll say 5 silver for bottle of elderflower. It's technically a liquor, but that's more of a preservative than it is
that's fine.
It's like vanilla extract in that way.
Yeah, essentially. Okay.
Cool.
And do these ships have cooking equipment? Like, do they have an actual? Is that set
So the
up?
Falling Star does. It very much does. Uh the Astral Scythe, not really.
Nope, I need to pick up the. So while we're going, if you will let me know what a chef would need on the ship, I will actually pick up
You
what
need
my
a
ship needs.
oven.
To start, yeah.
You're not. Yeah.
Okay.
Oven stove, one of those.
Yeah, you don't really have the cooking utensils because it's really your ship is not really designed for um extended patrols.
Right. Balls.
Pretty sure just an open campfire, on the deck of the ship would not be a great idea. I can do that if you want, though.
Well, so you do have the ability. Like again, most of the ship is not actually all that flammable, so you do have that ability. But yeah, in terms of like again, it's gonna be like it's gonna be like camp cooking. It's really hard to.
It's not this good.
Yeah, it's just not gonna.
Okay.
I certainly wouldn't be able to bake as much as easily.
All right. Okay, cool. So, shall we continue on towards Ward 8? I mean,
Yeah.
cool. So our group is continuing through the slums.
Okay, so you guys will get to the entrance in just a second, unless Rindle, Full Moon, or Marlo want to go find you. You guys are going in alone.
Yeah, I don't think we
There
know how
wasn't a
dangerous.
note or anything, right? Like, yeah, we.
Now, as far as I know, no one left a note about anything.
We told them where we were going.
Yeah, I left a note specifically for Rendell, at the ship.
Oh, you left a note at the ship?
Yeah, I left a note at the
Oh.
ship.
Rindle, you would have found it at. I'll say you would have found it at your bunk.
I don't sleep. Why would I go to a bunk?
or sorry, you're right. The wheel. It would have been like taped to the wheel.
Taped to the wheel. Nice.
Yep, and it's in Mist's claw writing because she actually still uses her claw to write.
Was it just an FYI or
Yeah,
hey, meet us there?
No, it's we're heading into Ward 8 to try to meet with the Izzets, trying to pick up supplies as we go. Talking to Mealy about a possible business venture that all of us can get into. Would love your opinion if you can catch up.
I do love business ventures, and of course I can catch up. So I will crumble up the note. I will go find Full Moon, and I will say, hey, you wanted to meet those Izzet people, right? Because apparently Mist and all of them are headed over to Ward 8, and, odds are they're going to find that person the hard way, because it's kind of how they do things. Should we trail along and see how that plays out?
Works for me.
Marlo, you
So-
would have also overheard this as you getting smashed on top of the.
So we going somewhere? I want to go somewhere.
I'll look at Full Moon to see what he thinks about Marlo's request.
Yeah, we can bring Marla to the restaurant that we were just at.
Yeah, I could use some food. Probably should get some food in me, actually. Okay, and he stands up on the carriage. We had our fun. We got to save some of this barrel for when Millie gets back and for the long trip home. So we're good. Yeah, last call, people. I know. But we do have jobs
Most
to
of them
do.
are passed the frick out at this point.
Well, he's talking to like the 3 people that aren't.
Yeah. Two of which are Shane
And
Sebastian
what-
hitting themselves with ropes.
Sebastian, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're in charge. Stop hitting yourself with ropes.
But we're in charge.
Yeah, until we get back. Right, Full Moon? These are your good men.
Yes, Marla, whatever. Just come with us, please.
Okay, so we're gonna move to the entrance to the thing as the map that we have pulled up. Okay.
Shane, take a nap in the cabin. You're captain for the next hour or so.
Ain't got
You're
the ship
captain.
locked.
Go take a nap.
So Scott, on the way to where we're actually going, I just wanted to take Marlo to the restaurant, and maybe get him some food on those lines, and then cast friends on him, and then try to convince him to sign my book as an IOU for later.
Okay.
While he's drunk.
Well, yeah.
He
'cause-
chose to do it himself.
Except for that Marlo already knows not to sign this book. We've already had this.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but it's just a piece of paper. It's just an IOU.
Okay, I need.
Oh, it's like a piece of paper ripped out of the book.
You don't know.
I was gonna ask, does that still work like Death Note style? Is that the idea?
I mean, if you hand him a book, he's not going to sign it.
Yeah, I'm not going
There's
to.
no
I'm just going to hand you a
way.
piece of paper to say this
Signed
is for an
business
IOU
card.
for me paying for your food.
Okay, I need you to make. I need Full Moon to make a persuasion check, and Marlo to make an.
Marlo will hand Full Moon some money.
Oh,
I'll take the money.
okay. Okay, so you guys.
Was it good food?
It was
Marlo
very.
gives
Okay.
him all the money.
It was a
I
little
told you,
carb
like,
heavy,
you gold,
which is
'cause
gonna
I don't know
help.
how much it costs.
It's I would say like it. I don't know what did Full Moon say it costs. It doesn't. It actually costs like 5 silver, but what did Full Moon actually say it costs?
4 gold.
Plus tip.
Okay.
Wow, that's pretty steep. Oh well, it's not like we're poor, and he'll give him 4 gold.
Okay. It takes just a little bit of time to catch up with the others. You're starting your way into the slums. Marlo, I'm going to say that give me a Constitution save. I want to see if I'm going to start seeing how quickly you sober up.
Well,
Any
it's not going to be within the minute that friends lasts. That's for sure.
yeah, you guys, you're aware you were already aware Full Moon cast friends on you.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you're gonna be drunk for a while. Okay, so please remember you have disadvantage on all skill checks and attack rolls.
Oh, on attack rolls too?
Yeah, you are inebriated.
Okay.
Okay.
Bet you wish you
Basically,
studied
I've
drunken
given
fists
you
now,
the
huh?
poison condition. You have the poison condition.
Okay. No, that's cool.
Work on your drunken fist technique, bro.
All right. Once Rendell and they catch up, I'll fill Rendell in on my proposition of us maybe starting a trading company, and that I think I have a source if we can get some of the Izzet weaponry to. Why is there 2 mists?
Oh, no.
That's
Yeah.
the wrong token for me, too. I'll help you out here. Here I come. There I am.
So if you talk about a trading company,
That
possibly
wasn't you.
suggest
That's Shayna. You hadn't dropped
something like
Oh, you
a
gave her
scouting
my
company.
token. Got
Yeah.
it.
Well, it's the generic token because I don't have one for Dahlia yet.
Okay. So, sorry, Full Moon, you were saying? A scouting company?
Yeah, I apparently can't spell today.
That's fine.
Well, we can deal with trading, but be mostly going for scouting. That way we can get more people to actually talk to us more about making maps. We can actually make more maps in and around the area to sell, and then we can possibly get connected to other people because we can do trading as well as mapping, so we can get into that so we can get back home, which everyone seems to want to do.
And what are we gonna use to buy these weapons that you want to sell to other people? I mean, I've got no problem with warmongering and weapon sales. I'm just curious how you're gonna finance that because weapons don't come cheap.
No, I've got some financing saved away for this business opportunity, but I guess we should discuss how the shares are going to go if we're going into business together. Because I can front the initial cost for the weapons, But I mean, you've seen I've got very few crew. Got a hold that I can fill up pretty good. Versus, I think your ship is mostly guns.
So we need a bigger boat.
I don't know about a bigger boat.
A trailer? Or I guess the correct word would be a barge.
The barge is the correct term for that.
Yeah, I suppose a barge might work.
Okay. So you guys, as soon as you enter the slums, the first thing you agreed with is a chain link fence. It's kind of blocking your a lot of warnings. It's basically It basically is from the Boros. Patrols are infrequent. Anyone who passes beyond this point assumes the danger. You can see a mist. Your passive perception is high enough. You see a gap in the fence down right.
Mealy would see it too. Mealy's actually got a higher perception
Melee,
than I do.
you would see it as well.
Okay. So does that look like how everyone's coming in and out of this area?
Yeah.
Go through the gap in the fence.
Yeah, I guess so. We have to go
This-
through here to get to Ward 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
This feels super safe and secure and the right thing to do.
Oh yeah, totally. Okay.
I can offer to go first since I'm smallest.
Okay.
Wiggle through.
Also the most expendable. I agree.
I was gonna
I should
say,
go first.
yeah. I'm the tiny one who just joined. No one has an emotional attachment to me yet.
Okay.
Should I get beheaded? We're fine.
Okay,
That
so,
yet is pretty presumptuous. I'm just saying.
so you make your way through. Easy enough. Nothing happens to your little new halfling friend. No
Yeah,
chain lightning bolts go off this time. Is everybody following?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll follow.
I'll bring up the rear.
All right.
So is there anything different we notice about the air in here?
Stale. There's the general reek of areas that don't get enough attention from infrastructure. Although it doesn't have that weird. It doesn't. There's not much refuse. It looks like the Golgari actually maintain this area pretty well. So
Well, this room smells like lavender now.
okay.
So beside the entrance to this area, I'm going to use prestidigitation to spray paint a message on the wall, basically. Something along the lines of Silencia Guardians are shit, Golgari power forever.
Okay. Starts graffitiing.
Yes.
Really?
Full moon's a bad influence. I'm picking up on his habits.
Okay.
Right.
So I'll use presentation to make it blend in a little bit more. You can still see the message, but you have to look for it.
Okay, so you guys are in an alleyway, brick around you right now. It really only leads forward, but so do you guys continue down the alleyway then?
Yep.
Because right now you guys are in the way and no one can follow.
So you kind of come to a hook. All right, you can head north or you can head to the east. To the east is a single gate that leads to, it looks like a square or a cross section. The alleyway continues north, but you duck your head around it. It kind of leads to a dead end. There seems to be like trash cans in the area.
Trash cans. Cool. All right. Well, I guess we should go check out the square. Dahlia, do you know the best route to get through here to get to Ward 8?
Dahlia, you have no idea.
Okay. I'm afraid not. I haven't exactly been in here.
Okay.
Miss, before we follow this person any further, how do we know we can trust her?
Rude.
I'm sorry, I don't know you, little person.
We prefer halfling. Excuse me.
Sure, half little person.
Well, full moon.
Halfling sounds like it would be pretty rude too, really.
True. But hobbit's not a thing.
Well, we didn't ask your opinion. So anyway, how do we know that we can trust this person?
It's the same thing with every new people we meet. Full moon. We don't know if we can trust her yet or not, but she is the person that.
Is she on the payroll? Is she on the payroll?
She has not decided who she's going to work for yet.
Well, if she doesn't have a contract and she doesn't have,
rude guy, so
if she's not on contract and she's not on payroll, I just don't know how I feel about her leading.
no one's offered me a contract yet. You've all talked about
I happen
it,
to
but
have
no
a
one's actually
contract
put
already
up.
drawn up right here in my book. I turn a couple pages and I have a nice little contract spot and place for her to sign. It's right near the X. So if you'd like to sign, I'm gladly going to be able to trust you into battle.
Sure, if
Anyway.
you don't mind us sitting down in the alley for a little bit while I read over all of this.
Feel free.
Okay.
We should probably try to read it without actually touching it.
You just put it on the ground.
You don't have to go that far. Just read the fine print before you sign any contracts. And I will pull out a sheet of paper myself and start writing out.
Yeah, I was gonna
basically
copy it. Yeah, copy it and be like, oh, this. I'll just sign this copy.
Well, no, I'm actually like writing a contract for if you choose to work for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was what, 5 gold per week.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So.
Yeah. What are the?
Okay. So there's if you flip to the beginning of the book, where normally like in a novel with the copyright information would be that everybody
Right.
skips over, in even tinier print, but you're a halflet, like it's not a big deal.
I'm small, so the letters look normal size to me.
What's her perception, though? What's her perception? I want to see if she can get it.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah. What is your passive perception?
Oh crap. 10. Yeah, 10.
Okay, give me an investigation check as you are trying. It is.
Oh, I have a
ungodly.
better investigation. Ha.
So
Not
give me an
great,
investigation
but-
check because you're actively trying to read this.
Hey, Scott, question for you?
Yeah.
Can we re-roll for other people?
No. No, you cannot
Oh,
reroll
you
for other
fail.
people.
Rude.
So 15 is you get the gist of it. Most of it is standard, like you will not copy or like, and
The standard
it does
copyright
not seem like it's a contract for work on a ship either. It does have the important part of it. Most of it is like definitions and party of the second part and all legalese, but
Yeah.
you do see buried in the middle of the text, so not at the bottom, not at the top, but buried in the middle. All signers do by forfeit any
Any souls.
any reward granted to their soul in the afterlife, and instead trust their soul to the preservation and consumption of the being known as Shar.
Oh, well, I mean, I know of Shar being a rogue, and yeah, no pass. As soon as I see Shar, I am disinterested.
Okay.
Not rude about it, because that's not how halflings are.
Mhm.
But I pretend to continue pondering it while I'm really just waiting for Mist to finish up her contract.
Yep, I finish up my contract and I hand it to you for your reading approval. By the way, as Mist is writing it, she doesn't use a quill. She actually uses her claw, dipping it in an ink pot, and writes.
So there's actually some tears
Your
too,
claw tip.
because her claws are actually pretty sharp. So there's actually probably some
Yeah.
tears in the paper. And actually, I'll still use the same investigation. So this is actually a contract for work. What you do notice is that, like, if you really wanted to, you could easily get out of this contract too. Like, there's
Okay.
like it was written by somebody who has no legal experience whatsoever.
Nope, it is just a standard contract for work. You can leave the work at any time. I only request that you actually let me know that you're no longer going to be working for me. And yeah, it's
Scott, there's something for you on the chat.
Halflings? Okay, maybe other halflings are rude. This one is
Okay.
not.
Sorry, so weirdly, as soon as you start to like write something, then you can actually see the script starts scrolling across, and that same provision from Full Moon's book starts appearing in the contract.
I stopped signing, obviously.
wait, what
How?
provision?
My soul being for the
Yeah,
consumption
that one
of
it starts appearing.
uh,
Only
the
it's
consumption
it's a little
preservation.
weird. I need Arcana checks from both Mist and from Dahlia on that one.
Okay, so I'm seeing that the script is changing. I stop her from signing immediately while we do this Arcana checks. Like, what the fuck is going on with that?
Okay.
Hey, Dahlia, you want to be
Yeah.
our cook? Yeah,
That's
just like you want to be our cook.
I want to be the cook of someone who isn't trying to take my soul. I'll go with whoever at this point.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
okay. You'll be one of our cooks, and I will hand you a gold, and I will put out my hand.
yeah.
Okay.
Stop her from signing the contract.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on with it. I rolled a 6 for my Arcana.
Dahlia, I see that. Dahlia, you passed. You can tell that is an illusion. Somebody is casting a minor illusion spell. You don't know who. Your passive perception isn't high
Of
enough.
course I know who.
Mealy and
Fucking mental.
yeah, Mealy and Mist, you would. Rindle was doing something with his
Yes.
hands during that
Yeah.
entire.
Being an asshole.
Randall, what are you doing?
What?
What are you doing, Randall?
I'm waiting for us to get moving. I mean, we've been sitting here for like an hour. I'm bored.
Yeah, I wonder whose fault that is, Mister. I don't think I can trust her. All right.
That hasn't changed.
Yeah, cool. Who's
I'm waiting
who
for you
was
with
it?
that elfling thing.
What was Tucker? Sorry, your character's name? I forget.
Marlo.
Marlo. Yeah, I shake your hand and take your gold, and that's it. We're
Okay.
done.
All right, sounds fine. Let's
Okay, so there's
proceed.
still a door in front of you.
Yeah.
Gated door.
Okay. Let's see. We don't actually know she's a rogue yet. Who wants to investigate the door and see if we could go through?
Marlo's real good at that.
That's right, I am. I'm gonna go look at the door.
Investigation check, please.
Investigation with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Can I do that too while he's?
Yes, you can.
Can I just? Okay, I see that he's drunk, and
Wobbling over there.
I want to help.
I mean, you can't really look over his shoulders. You're like 2 feet tall.
I know. I'm checking on the lower part of the door.
I go around the corner and wait because
Okay.
Oh, wow, I rolled like crap. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Okay.
I still beat.
As far as you guys are aware, it is not trapped.
Still
It
gonna
is
stay
not
around this
locked.
corner.
It's not locked, so I was
It's
gonna say
not
I can
locked
make
or-
it.
We're here
Unlocked.
to talk to people, right? So I knock on the door.
Okay. Give me a second.
Oh god, pulling the cards.
Okay, you can actually hear fighting on the other side of the door. It's a weird like rumbling underneath the ground, and then like you hear stone fists hitting flesh. You have no idea what's going on, but it is loud, and or actually, you hear metal hitting flesh. It is loud. You also hear like crackling, like. For Marlo, it reminds you a lot of that time you touched that door, or who touched the door, and everybody got electrocuted.
Nobody touched the door. That was
I
the
shot the
problem.
door. Yeah, I shot the door.
It reminds you of
Like
that
the
sound.
sound reminds me of that, or the door reminds me of that.
The sound on the other side of the door reminds you of that.
Oh, something's going on over here. I think there's some fighting. We should just wait.
Yeah, well, if they're busy, we can always come back.
It's such a perfect drunk guy response.
oh, come on, guys. Let's at least open the door and see what's going on. I mean, what if Yeah, I'll come and try to look at the door and go to open it.
Okay, you open the door. It opens fine. There's no trap. What you do see on the other side, however, is two large creatures. It actually looks like a bunch of people standing watching this fight. It doesn't look like it's a. You see a lot of. It looks actually kind of like people are betting on it. One.
Don't
I'm
talk about
gonna
it.
just use random tokens just so that I know what's going on. We'll use
Roll
this
one.
for-
You have to stop talking about it, Scott. Roll
Scott.
one. It's Fight Club. You can't talk about it.
Okay.
Stop immediately.
So we use the
Tyler Durton.
we use the gargoyle for that, and we'll use a hydra for the worm. Okay. These are not representative. I was just ways of tracking it. You see a metal humanoid figure with cackling bolts coming out of his
Ooh.
back armor, punching what looks like a gigantic worm.
Eh.
Like chitinous plates around its arms, or not arms, head. Arms. It's a worm. It doesn't have arms. As it bites into this thing. The it seemed it normally anything that like this thing, its mouth is um almost taking in the entire golem, but because the golem is literally made out of metal, it can't get through the armor's hide. You also see behind them is some like person seems to be channeling arcane energy into the golem, while a small like half elf is like uh, dressed in white and green robes, seems to be whispering under his breath. You can kind of you can see a charm like a animal friendship spell being maintained on the worm.
Okay. I would like to go up to one of the people that's watching and ask who's winning. And
It's
where do we
really
make
hard to
bets?
tell. It's actually it's a good fight. Unfortunately, they seem to be matched against each other. It's actually one of the better fights we've seen break out here. Izzet and the Celestia are going at it on the streets again.
The Izzet and the Celestia are? Why
Yeah.
are they going against each other?
You're new here, aren't you?
Oh, yeah, just kind of exploring, getting the feel of the land and whatnot.
Uh, they are kind of diametrically opposed, honestly.
Um,
You actually start hearing the two wizards like taunting each other.
mhm.
It, the is it keeps on talking like just go back to your hovel, you hippie, and the Celestian wizard is just. These were our lands way before it was yours. You don't belong in Ward 9.
So, mind if I ask what's the best way to get over to Ward 8?
You'll need to get through. You'll need to go south. It sometimes takes a bit to get down there, though.
Okay.
Uh, Fortunately, this is one of the few times that you're going to. You've probably just ignored this. This is gonna last a while.
Yeah, probably. Thanks for your time, and I hope whoever you bet on that at least it's a good fight. And I will continue on.
Okay.
I'm
Which
gonna be trying to go this way. I need to look at, is this an opening here or
it is a fence. You can see beyond it. There doesn't seem to be anything in that particular area.
All right. I'm gonna try to open the fence.
Okay, it opens just fine.
Okay. And I will go ahead and take a look in this area.
Okay. Sorry, that's the wrong things. Okay. You see. Um. Where the hell did my creatures go? Sorry. There we are. Okay, so you see a woman, body of a horse, torso of a woman in armor. She levels her spear at you as soon as you approach. Who? Why are you disturbing my garden? By the way, you can. In here is great trees of like oak trees. It's the first time you've seen trees anywhere around here.
Hi. I'm terribly sorry. I didn't realize that this was a garden. I'm trying to get over toward 8.
You smell of death, and she makes a charge at you.
What do you mean I smell of
Make an
death?
initiative roll.
Fuck.
Are you guys following Mist, or are you guys still watching the fight?
I'm following her.
All right.
Marlo is in this room watching the fight.
Okay.
Can I use one of my $5 donations to get maybe someone's assistance?
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you require assistance with?
I don't know. He's gonna flip a card, whoever it is. I'm hoping.
Oh.
Ooh,
He's an ally.
I like it.
Okay. You drew an iron shell beetle.
Okay. Cool.
So actually, let's put that in there. We'll go with this. As soon as this charge comes in, crawling down from the side is a gigantic beetle that actually drops on top of this centaur, and starts just biting the shit out of it.
Cool.
It now has disadvantage on all attacks, as it is basically getting swarmed by these things.
Cool.
Okay, and then it's the centaur, and everybody should be rolling initiative right now. Just
Okay.
I'm gonna go use the head real quick.
actually, I will too. While everybody rolls initiative.
How do you move the tokens on the map?
You should just be able to left click and drag it.
Trying. I've been
Scott,
trying. It's
maybe-
just creating like a selection box on the map. I don't know how better to describe that.
You have to click the icon first, and then you'll see little bubbles pop up. Then you can click and drag.
Scott might not have assigned the token to you.
I thought it was the little purple one, but yeah. 1, 2. Let's see.
Okay, so let's see who's first. It looks like, as
Shayna,
always,
are you having a problem with your token?
I just don't know how to move it. If I left click and hold, I get the kind of radar green circles. But if I try to click and drag, it's just creating a purple highlight box.
Okay. I think that's on Scott's end. Then he needs to.
Okay. Permissions.
Sign it.
Okay.
wait a second.
Just making sure I'm not missing something really obvious.
Okay, give me a second.
Ops normal.
No
Ops
worries.
normal.
Oh, yeah, that's on me. Sorry about that.
Oh, it's fine.
I gave you in your journal, but I didn't give you the ability to control. It should be able to control now. Try it now.
Okay. Ah, there we go.
Okay.
I don't know. This is a crowded hallway.
Okay. So, Marlo, you're still watching this fight. You should probably hear Mist yelp as this creature attacks her.
Actually, my initiative is really low.
Oh.
I got an 8. I had disadvantage. I had to roll twice.
Oh yeah, that's right. So yeah, Shayna, you're actually first.
Okay. So I hear her cry out,
Mhm.
and I mean, she's the only one who's one of the only ones who's been nice. So I'm gonna, since I'm so small, I can pass through everybody and
Without
just
having
dodge in between their calves.
Marlo's technically the only one who's been nice to you.
Yeah.
She
So
tried
since
to
people
fool
are
you.
going to help her,
That's
though.
nice.
She tried to
That's
trick you.
nice to me.
She tried to trick you into another contract.
You don't work for her, so I'm not sure why you're helping her.
Oh my god.
It's like I'm the only one who didn't do anything.
I'm the only one who took literally no action. From Switzerland.
And she's the captain.
Oh my god.
Mist is now rethinking actually going into business with most of them.
Yeah, why do you want to go into business with these guys?
Well, before she disappeared for 100 years, we were good friends. She ran out without a word.
Business is business. We're not contract yet.
Rindle's
You
got
gave
some
them the
resentment.
slow
She didn't
fade.
even leave him a note.
Mhm.
And then she went away for 100 years, got all these new toys.
Do we
Not
need
even
to
a
sit
word of
down?
explanation for anyone but Full Moon.
We
He
need
even
to
had
sit
an
down
eye
and
patch.
do a mediation.
Oh.
Oh, okay,
Out
so
of-
what? So you're in combat. What is Dahlia doing?
So I didn't actually see what happened initially because I was still in the other room.
Uh-huh.
I just heard her cry out. I run in, and I guess I see past her. I see this giant beetle attacking the centaur thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to do.
Okay.
So I feel like I would probably just run in and I would try and see what's going on as much as I can. Try and determine whether or not she needs help. But
Okay.
right now she's not getting attacked, so I wouldn't initiate anything.
Okay.
I would just go over there.
Okay. So who is next? It looks like it would be Mist.
Okay, my turn. Yay. I don't want to actually kill it, but I'm gonna go ahead and try to polymorph the centaur.
Okay. Now you can. I will tell you this: you can force me to reroll. You can't force another player to reroll, but you can force me to reroll with the extra thing.
Okay.
I am going to be donating.
I'm pretty sure you don't want me to reroll that. It is.
Oh no.
Keep that.
So what are you polymorphing the centaur into?
I am polymorphing it into a tiny beetle. And then
Okay.
I'll walk over and pick it up. And I don't know if we're still in.
I'm gonna keep you guys' initiative orders because it's gonna be so just so we're not constantly rolling initiatives.
Yeah. I want to do speak with animals, but I'll have to wait until my next turn.
Yeah. Okay. So polymorph that. It is now.
By the way, I do signal to both Frost and Ice to split up. So if they need to, they can.
Okay. Full Moon, it's your turn.
Can I move to everybody?
I'll say it's difficult terrain, so it's at half speed. But yeah, you can move.
So that's gonna move to here then, I guess. If we're going to have some,
You
so I can
can't
move
stop in somebody else's space.
so I can keep moving through.
Yeah, it's just push to the next. There.
Oh, missed. I look concerned. Is everything okay over here?
Well, yes, and it's okay at the moment. A centaur just tried to attack me. She seemed really upset that we're in her garden. Kind of a weird spot for a garden, though. Yeah, one of the people in the other room said we kind of need to go south to be able to get over to Ward 8. I'm a little shook up. I don't know why this random person just attacked me.
There, and I try to comfort her.
Okay. I have to look up polymorph. Give me a second.
It should last. I have to concentrate on it, and it should last for an hour.
Okay, and they don't get another save?
Let me double check.
They don't get another save, but they retain their disposition, so the beetle might try to attack her.
Okay.
And if it takes any damage, it's coming back because it's probably got 1 hit point.
Yeah, it's got 1 hit point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Rindle, you're up next. And me, well, Rindle or Mealy, because like there's 4 things that rolled a 9. So
Things. Wow, we're inanimate objects now.
We're not people.
Right.
well, there's 2 dwarves rolled a 9, a beetle, and now something that's also a beetle rolled a 9. So
They seem pretty engrossed between themselves at the moment, and I haven't seen them actually try and attack Miley or Mist.
Mhm.
So, I mean, for the moment, we'll just kind of sit back and watch fight number 2.
okay. Okay, Mealy, same thing.
Yeah. Just like, what's going on?
Okay,
We're
so
all
the
just, in the doorway here.
the iron shell beetle is going to try to attack the tiny beetle. Misses.
Okay,
The tiny beetle will try to attack Mist.
of course.
Pretty sure that misses.
Yeah, that misses.
Can't get through your armor. It is biting you, but
Yeah.
okay. And now it's Marlowe's turn.
Well, nothing interesting is happening down here. So Marlo's going to turn to the person that Mist was talking to originally,
Uh-huh.
the person with the bet. Are people like yelling and screaming and like really getting into this fight?
Yeah.
So hey, which one of these 2 did you bet on?
It was so hard to call. I didn't wager a bet yet, but I'm willing to. What do you think? I'm always up for opinions.
And he's going to yell over at this guy,
The golem.
Golem. You can't even take on a guy with no arms, loser! And I'm casting Vicious Mockery on it.
Okay. That's an intelligence save? No,
No, that's a wisdom save.
wisdom save. Okay, so yeah, if it fails, go ahead and roll damage. As soon as that happens, it tries to take a swing at this guy, and because of the vicious mockery, misses completely. It's the first time it's missed, and it takes damage. But then the worm comes up and actually swallows it whole. The crowd all kind of there's some cheers from the people that obviously bet on the worm, and there's some sighs, and there's a now very pissed off looking mage scanning the crowd, basically like, who the fuck did that? And as soon as it spots Marlowe, is going to Marlowe, I need you to make a wisdom save. As he casts prey upon on yourself. So he is going to try to make you stab yourself or punch yourself in the face. Okay, you succeed.
Do I know that he did something?
Oh yeah, you definitely do.
What the hell, man? It's not my fault.
I saw you cast that spell.
What spell? What did I do? I just talking here.
Okay, we'll go back up to the top of the round, which is back to Shayna.
There's really nothing. I want to maybe just explore the room.
Okay. There's two doors leading south, and then this mess. A giant beetle attacking another beetle that's currently crawling over. Actually,
it's
from
just-
your perspective, it would look like that giant beetle just attacked Mist.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it tried
Okay.
to attack a beetle that was crawling on Mist.
Okay, Mist. I shout out, Mist. You need help because I'm full moon standing there too. But
I don't know if I need help. The guy said we need to go south to get out of this area, and this stupid centaur attacked me when we went into the garden.
You do not see a
Okay.
centaur. Well, yeah, you don't see a centaur.
well, there are rooms to the south, right over
She would
here.
have seen the centaur get.
Doors.
Okay, she did see the centaur get attacked by the big beetle,
Mhm.
and then me turn the centaur into a small beetle.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see if these doors are okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna go investigate the doors over here.
Okay.
I'm lost on what's happening with all of that.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
Should I make one for each door or just
Yeah,
one,
one for
for
each
both
door.
doors? Okay.
Okay. This door is unlocked. This door is locked and trapped.
I can fix that.
Okay.
I'm just. Can I just immediately start trying to unlock that door?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a Thieves' Tools roll. And we will
Okay.
move on to Full Moon. Or we'll get you out. Guys are out of initiative now. But there is an Iron Shell Beetle hanging out with you guys.
Yep. So I think Mist actually went before full moon.
Oh yeah, missed. So I just missed.
All right. So I'm gonna try to grab the beetle that's crawling on me and yell at it to stop it. We're trying to get out of your garden. We'll leave you in peace.
Okay.
And then I guess I'm gonna try to do. Oh wait, I have to ask. Frost and Ice, from their perspective, would also have thought the beetle was attacking Mist.
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna try to do an animal handling check on the big beetle to get it to calm down.
Okay. Roll that check for me, please.
Okay. Animal handling, animal handling. 23.
Okay, you now have a pet beetle.
I just have all the pets.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so was I able to grab the small beetle?
Yeah, it was easy enough.
Is it starting to calm down?
Nope.
Damn it. All right, so I'm holding the beetle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting. I'll call out to everyone else. Let's try to get out of this garden so I can release the centaur.
Okay.
And then I'll wait for Dahlia.
Okay. Now it's Full Moon's turn. Or we can
So,
get out of it. Well, no, because Marlowe's technically might be in combat. So Full Moon, what are you doing?
So I was saying, if there's no problem, why don't you just have one of your little friends eat that beetle, and let's be on our way. And then I make my way down to the door. I ask her, which way are we headed? Since now that you're being paid, be quick with it.
Being paid makes me more trustworthy. I'm trying to unlock the door on the right. I just rolled for it.
Yeah, it unlocks easily. You're not sure
So
about the trap.
Wasn't the door on the left the one that was locked, not the
Yes.
right one? So you
Yes.
unlocked the wrong one. What do
No,
we
the door on the left was unlocked. The door on the right was locked and trapped.
Are you sure?
That's what he said.
I'm
She,
good.
she would know which one was locked and trapped. She got
I would hope so. I didn't want to assume.
okay.
She's a chef. She's a chef. How would she know that? Come on now.
Okay.
It's just a hobby.
Yeah, Mist is very impressed right now with Dahlia.
Okay. You didn't
unlocking
see any of that. You were too busy. You're still messing
Yeah,
around with a beetle.
Never mind. I'm yelling at a beetle.
Yeah.
The Beatles impressed.
Yeah.
How about disarming the trap?
Okay, so full moon, are you doing anything? Disarming the trap. You think you got it, but it's hard. But this is stuff is. I mean, this is magic, so it's a little bit
Okay.
sketchy.
Could I share that information with Full Moon?
If you wanted to.
Okay. I unlocked the door that was locked, and I think I got the trap, but there's magic involved, and that's not my forte. So.
After you, and I'll move back with my last of my moves.
So brave.
Mm-hmm. Rindle and Mealy.
He does like using us as meat shields.
I'm catching on to that.
Rindle's gonna kind of walk over there and stand next to Full Moon and be like, "What's going on? I feel like nobody tells me anything around here."
Yeah, that's what I had. Usually happens to me, but I actually moved up this time. So basically, I just fill him in with everything that's happened.
Okay.
So you're saying the cook is a locksmith now?
We'll see if she is.
Oh, okay. I mean, this isn't really gaining her grounds and trust if she's secretly some kind of like master thief parading as a chef. I'm just saying.
We'll see. She's a she, right? That's what we've been calling her.
Mm-hmm.
In theory,
Yes.
I didn't pick it up and check.
How do you do that?
Without permission. No.
So
Oh.
there's options.
Okay. Mealy, what are you doing?
I'm going to get into the room because finally understand what's going on in here.
Good luck.
Okay, Mist is yelling at some beetles. I think a lot of discussion about doors.
Yeah, I would just be like, well, glad to see things haven't changed with you, Mist, in 100 years.
Oh, it's really only been 6 weeks. I was just, trying to pull Marlowe's leg a bit.
I thought you looked really good for being 100-year-old.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised he bought it.
Okay.
He's become a drunk in your absence. What do you think?
He missed you dearly.
Yeah, I missed you guys too.
Okay. So we're gonna move on to the beetle that is still trying to bite Mist.
It's not listening to me. Of course, I turned it into a beetle. Why would it? I'd be
Natural
pretty
20.
pissed.
You take
All right.
2 points of damage.
Ow.
I don't roll for it because it's not.
It's a tiny,
Beetle.
tiny beetle. Got it.
It's the
Kinda
point.
Crawls under your armor and bites into you. It hurts like the devil, but
Yep.
Devil's
But-
what?
So I take it got out of my hand.
yeah, it's just it's. I mean, it's a beetle, so it's like crawling around. It's not.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's get out of here as soon as possible. I want to release the stupid centaur so it'll stop biting me.
Marlo, what are you doing? There's a maid that just tried to influence your mind to punch yourself. He still looks really pissed.
I don't know what your problem is. I mean, I'm just watching, just cheering. You go screw yourself. And I'm just gonna like walk, turn my back on him and start walking into the room.
Okay. As kind of a parting shot, he will try to do that same spell on you. So go ahead and do a wisdom save. Okay. So yet again, it was just you feel it in mind, but he disappears from view. Okay, so we'll get you guys out of initiative right now. Even though technically, Mist, you're still in combat, but
Working on it.
what do you guys want to do?
Insect.
I'm in combat.
I'm heckling the new girl as she proves whether she's a chef or a thief.
So you guys,
Why can't it be both?
You heard the telltale sound of a door unlocking. It's just she's not sure if she's disabled the trap yet.
There's magic at work here, and I don't know anything about magic.
Well, why doesn't someone help her with the magic part? Let's get out of here. Come on.
Fine. Detect magic at will. Do I see magic upon the door?
Yeah.
Right.
But it is
It's still
currently
glowing with
disabled.
magic.
It looks like she disabled the mechanism that initiated.
Whatever you did made the glow a lot softer. I think you're good.
All right, then we have our choice of which door we want to go in.
Well, you spent all this time disabling the trap. Let's go that way.
Yeah, why would you have invested all this time and effort on a door you didn't have any interest in opening?
Full
Because-
set was her hobby. She doesn't
I
know
think you're
anybody.
better off that she didn't sign your contract.
Honestly, probably.
Okay.
Ladies, right? Ladies first.
Okay. You guys
Hey, mister, you got a bug on you. Here, let me get
No, that's the center. Don't do it. Don't do it. I don't know what Marlo thinks about me calling a beetle a centaur.
He probably just thinks you're drunk also.
At about this point, by the way, the other beetle, like not having anything else to fight, crawls back up the walls, and
Cool,
disappears.
Bye, Mr. Scuttles.
Oh, wow, there is a giant one. Anyone else see that?
Marlo,
just gonna
give me a
grab
Constitution save at this point. It's been a few minutes.
I'm just going to grab Marlo by the arm and tell him, lead him to the doors. I'm like, pick which door you want to go into.
I think I turn and puke on you.
Yeah, well.
Oh,
you
no,
rolled-
I did not. I rolled a 20,
20.
not a D20. Hold
Yeah,
on.
you rolled a 20, not a D20.
He just turned the dice to where he wanted it and set it on the table.
It's mocking you.
It is. It's,
There we go. Plus
oh, it's a
3.
16.
Yeah, 16. Yeah, you throw up on somebody's shoes, but you are way more sober than you were. You no longer have disadvantage on everything.
You feel a lot better.
So you open the door, right? Let's see what's behind it. And he just walks in.
Okay.
Awesome.
And you come into an alleyway, curves around, very similar to the last one you found. You actually, let me check on something real quick. Okay. Yeah. There's a weird fog forming from, just like you can't see it. So, but yeah. It's an alleyway.
Yeah, he's going to keep walking until he sees something.
Okay. You actually see fog spilling out here. A weird cold fog.
And this door is open, or?
It's like an archway.
Okay.
I mean, I follow him.
Okay.
Mist is waiting for everyone to get out of the garden and then get Frost and Ice out. And then she's going to grab the beetle, put it on the ground, and
Stomp on it.
dispel the spell.
Okay. So Marlo, as soon as you turn the corner, you can see a spectral figure, kind of female features. It's kind of hard to tell in this light. It's actually an old decrepit room that you're seeing in like the back of a shop. But hauntingly beautiful music. She seems to be singing,
Oh,
but you can see through her.
where is she?
Dead center. Let me make a thing.
Emphasis dead.
Let me use this. So right there.
Okay. I'm going to pull out my mandolin,
Okay.
and I'm going to just listen to the music and try to like pick up a basic chord strumming pattern.
Okay. So weird. So Marlo starts playing music as you guys are following it down. You can start hearing. hearing it. I need, as soon as you start doing that, she turns around, her voice gets louder and louder and louder, and I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Including those of us way back the hallway.
Mist. It looks like Rindle and now Full Moon would be able to hear. So Mist and Rindle, you guys don't have to.
Oh, good. Then I don't have to make it for Frost or Ice either, because they're right
Okay.
next to me.
Right.
So I'm going to talk to the centaur and apologize for.
The centaur can't either. But okay, so
I'm terribly sorry. We didn't mean to upset your garden. We're just trying to get toward 8.
Marlowe and Full Moon. It feels like your head's exploding because it kind of is. Both of you, your eyes go white. You are now at 0 HP. Give me a second.
Jesus.
What a day.
Someone should probably pull them out of there.
Yeah. I'm just gonna yell at Dahlia, can you get Marlowe and pull him?
I don't know if I made it either, actually.
Did you roll?
Yeah, I rolled 18. Wait, who got it?
Well, I got 14 and he didn't say anything
I
to
got
me.
6.
Okay.
Yeah, you
I
get it.
can certainly try, but I'm a small person, so maybe not.
Jesus, if I had to pull everybody out of here.
I can help. I could try and help. I'm just letting you know my strength is a 1.
Oh, God.
I'm not
Maybe it'd just be
particularly
easier
tough.
to just put them out of their misery on your way by. Yeah, I got them out.
Oh my God.
Well, the one person that she did sign the contract with is laying down in the hallway with.
Yeah, Marlo was nice to me. If he is a drunkard, it's fine.
Contract's not legally binding. He was under the influence.
And now he's down.
So, what just happened?
We're talking about whether or not I could be useful in helping pull anybody to safety with my 1 strength.
I pointed out the lack of legal binding in her contract with Marlowe as he was under the influence.
Okay.
I basically just shook his hand and got gold for it. So
Okay. The
Some might call that prostitution.
so
okay. Shayna, you're first. You just
Yes.
saw Marlowe. You heard this sound. It hurt your ears, but it's
it didn't do that.
yeah, it didn't do that. So
Yeah, I
Full Moon.
Call
Did
out-
you use a reroll? Is that what I'm saying?
No, I'm trying to think. I was trying to roll, but I didn't think it actually went through the first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So it hurt your ears. What do you want to do? You see this beautiful woman. Well, actually, now she looks. You
Terrifying.
actually, yeah, it looks terrifying. And that screeching sound, it would have broken glass if anybody had any glass around.
I'm gonna look at Mist and say, "Hey, Mist.
Yeah.
A bunch of our people just fell down in the hallway. I'm not sure why."
Oh, great. Is the centaur standing down from attacking us?
It's not your turn yet.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm just gonna, I don't know, yell something out along the lines of like, not this way. And I want to see if I can try and drag Marlo back a bit. I have nothing to help him not be unconscious.
Okay.
So
Give me a strength check,
oh,
a strength athletics to try to pull him back. Marlo, you don't weigh
Okay.
much though, right?
Probably about 160.
Okay.
if I try to do it in a fancy way, can it be strength acrobatics?
Describe to me how that would work, and I'll make a call.
Something like I jump onto the other side of him and I like put my hands on the wall and use my feet to push him that way. Something like that. A little backwards, but
No, that would still be strength athletics.
If I do a backflip, but I'm kidding.
You're able to. I'll say that normally it's half speed to drag somebody, but you're not that strong. So I'm gonna go, and you're kind of smaller than him. But I will say that you do drag him back a little bit.
Oh, thank God. I
will
did something.
say we'll drag him back. You drag him back like
A little bit.
like 5 feet.
Hey, I did it. Okay. We need to get these guys out of here.
Okay. Who's next? Now, Mist, it's your turn.
Okay, what is the centaur doing?
Trying to bite the shit out of you.
No, I dropped concentration once we were out so I could talk to it. And I apologized for disturbing its garden. That we're just trying to get toward 8. I did that before the
It
screen.
kind of notices where it's at, and it will. I actually can't remember what I was using before for it. We'll use this. It notices where it's at and actually looks terrified and runs back to its garden.
Okay. Great. There's something awful down this way. We probably should have gone the other way, but you said people were dropping, so I'll go turn around the corner.
And Full Moon and Marlowe are both unconscious.
30. So I could get there. I guess I will use a healing word from my ring on Marlowe.
Okay, go ahead and roll the d4.
Wait, shit, I didn't actually have that. All right, I will use my spell. I didn't actually have that one. So.
Actually, Mist.
Yeah?
And actually, I should have noticed this as well. Sorry, this is what I get for not paying attention to my map. As you pass where Rindle is, you actually notice there is another gap in the wall that you think you guys could squeeze through.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will still bonus action healing word Marlowe. D4, right? Plus my spellcasting. Wow, that's great. Plus 4. So 5. Heal Marlowe 5. And I will point out the gap in the wall. And I guess I'll grab Full Moon and start pulling him and try to go through the gap.
Okay. That would be tough to pull Full Moon through the gap without him waking up. But you can pull Full Moon back 1 square.
Yep, I'll pull him back 1. And I'm going to look down at him and said, I did say at one point I was going to kill him. Should I actually heal him, Rendell?
I always advocate keeping one's word, but he's been pretty useful in getting you back, so you kind of owe him a debt.
That's okay. How about this? I'm going to give you this potion, and you can pour it down his throat. That way, technically, I won't have broken my word.
What's the potion you want me to pour down his throat?
A healing potion.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a healing potion.
Wendell's really going to look at you suspiciously before...
Well, that's
okay.
And that's a lot in one turn, so we will go ahead and move on. Full Moon, I need you to make a death save.
Do I get any bonuses? Just do 20.
Okay, that's 1 success.
It is Char's will.
Rindle and Mealy?
Apparently, I'm going to go pull a potion down Full Moon's throat.
All right. It's 2d4 plus 2. It's just a regular healing potion. I'm not using one of my supreme ones.
Okay. We'll go ahead and roll that, Rindle, and Full Moon. You'll heal however much this is, and you wake up gasping. Your ears are still actually ringing a little bit. Mealy, what are you doing?
Is Marlowe up at this point?
Yeah, Marlowe would be woken up by this point.
Yeah. Is he able to get up? Is he?
No, his turn hasn't come yet.
Well, I'm just going to reach around Dahlia, and I'm going to start dragging him back.
Okay.
Thank God.
Okay. So all of you are kind of clumped up back here.
If I'm being dragged, I am gonna try to reach up and at least grab my mandolin. I'm not gonna leave it.
Okay. You have your mandolin. That creature does not seem to be pursuing. So
All right, let's squeeze through this spot. It's south.
okay. That's not a stack I need. This stack. Yeah. Who's first through there?
Well, the way we're lined up, it would either be Rendell or Mist, I think.
Okay, so Miss, since you're the one that says you're going to squeeze through there, you're going to be the one who takes this.
I take something. Okay. As I'm going by, I'm going to whisper to Rendell, thanks for giving me the out with full moon. Now I haven't broken my word. Squeeze through.
You squeeze through, two Boros agents grab you by the shoulder and pull, lift you up.
Hi. Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Miss Toby. I'm trying to get to Ward 8. Who are you?
I'm Ignatius. This is Sarah. We were lost from our patrol. Do you know how to get out of here?
No, I don't. I'm trying to get out of here myself.
We just know it's not this way.
I was told south was how I would get to Ward 8. You're welcome to come with us. There seems to be like some sort of screaming something and a centaur who's really territorial about her garden.
Okay. This is, by the way, this card that you pulled when Sworn Companions, when you walked through there.
My companions should be coming through in just a second. We can help you hopefully find some of your patrol.
All right. For everybody else walking through there, it looks like Miss is talking to nothing again.
She does that sometimes.
Is it
Yeah,
normal?
no one is terribly surprised.
Yeah, it's just like one a day. Just keep on going.
Yeah.
I feel like
most
I'd be
of
a
the
little
party-
thrown by everyone being dismissive of it. Like,
What?
this is normal?
It is what normal? This Dahlia, this is Ignatius, and Sarah. They got lost from their patrol.
Hi. Like how you talk to, like when a kid introduces you to their imaginary friend. Nice to meet you.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of.
Okay.
While I was
I'm
being
gonna
dragged.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use the mandolin to cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
Be like, man, I am never drinking this much again.
I'm gonna whisper to Dahlia, why are you saying it like that?
Like what? I love your friends. What do they look like to you?
What?
Can you describe them to me?
Okay, I'm gonna describe the Boros soldiers that I think I'm seeing.
Can I? What do I have? So
Can I-
perception would obviously not do anything. Can I do something like insight to see if I know that she's sincere, that she thinks she sees something, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna do an insight check to see if Dahlia's messing with me.
Okay. Do insight checks. We'll say DC 10. I don't really care.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, Mist is sincere.
Oh shit.
13.
So you clearly see something.
Yeah.
There's nothing there. I'm telling you, I don't see anything.
You don't see Oh shit!
I don't see anyone.
All right, so
Hey, Shane, do you see anyone? Because I don't see anyone either.
Oh yeah, of course, bro. There's 2 guards right there. You don't see them?
The fuck?
okay, so Shane and I can both see them. All right, can I do some sort of Arcana check or
You can do a religion check.
religion check? All right, I am not great at religion. 16. That one's pretty good.
You're being haunted.
Oh, okay. I'm just being haunted. Let's continue. Ignatius, Sarah, come on.
Okay. All right. I'm just kind of gonna go back over closer to where
About
the
this
bard's
time,
at.
actually, anyone with passive perception actually do see a decent passive perception. There's bones of, it looks like a Boros patrol got ambushed in the room actually Shayna is in.
I would like to investigate the bones.
Okay, give me an investigation
Ri-
check.
Rindle's also over there, and he can detect magic at will because that's been on since the door.
Okay, so you actually find it's a locket with the Boros symbol on it. Radiates strong protection magic.
Nice.
So
Nice.
my investigation was a 15, by the way.
Okay, that's what you find is you find this locket. It's by the scraps of clothes that are left, you can tell that this is probably their lieutenant. They're the not lieutenant, sorry, the captain in charge of them.
I'm gonna kind of lift it up, look at it, and be like, "Nah, it's not really my color." And like,
Toss it
For those
aside.
of you,
Yeah.
if anybody wants it, it would be
Yeah.
an amulet of protection 1. So
I'll-
that AC +1 plus all one
Yeah.
to all your saves as well.
Okay, I'll hand it to Dahlia since she looks interested in it.
I like jewelry. Can I investigate the door after she hands me the
Yeah, give me an
amulet?
investigation check.
I had it ready.
is there any magic coming from the door?
No,
Thank you.
there is no magic coming from the door.
Okay. So, add is 17.
Okay. Not locked, not trapped.
This door's good. If
All right.
it's not magical.
Cool.
I put on the amulet, by the way.
Hey, where's Full Moon?
He'll catch up, and then he'll start asking questions.
What happened, guys? What's going on?
What's going on in this room?
All right. Shall we continue through?
Yep.
I don't want to lead.
Oh,
place
get out of the
scary.
way. I'll shoulder the halfling out of the way and go
I don't
in
even think
first.
you need to shoulder me. You just hip check me and it smashes
Okay.
my head back.
I'm a dwarf. I'm not as tall as you think I am.
Oh, see, I
Yeah.
didn't know you were a dwarf. I need everyone's like character sheets.
Yeah, I'm a dwarf too. So
You know, I guess we should actually describe.
But he's a girly dwarf.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
probably
look.
should explain this.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of joined in and tried to deduce things like who's on what ship, but apparently I'm already wrong on that. So we don't have to do that now, but at some point, I'd like to know who is what.
All right. Whenever Scott wants us to.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, that's fine. So as you guys start heading south, I will switch you over to the next map in just a second. But you come to another one of those fences. You see a fence, and it leads to a large plaza. This you can, and actually, give me a second. Figure out what's in this room. Before I start describing what's in the room, I should probably find out what's in the room. What land did I draw? Did I draw land? Oh, yeah. Okay, so you actually see it looks like an armory, or not armory, but it looks very red and white. Looks like some type of Boros outpost, but pretty ruined. but you can see through the fence of what this is. And crawling around it is a. Okay, I'll just stop there. A very large creature, huge warhammer, is like poking at the ruins of this thing. Armor, red skin, black hair. I'm pretty sure it's a fire giant.
Cool.
I'm gonna meander up beside the fire giant, like all nonchalantly, kind of look at him, look at the ruins, be like, "Your work?"
Well, there's a okay. Give me a second.
I need to use the restroom.
Melee. Rendell. You guys aren't technically there yet, but I just want to put this up there. Mist. And where's full moon at? Full moon's way back here somewhere. These changes icon again? Okay. And then let's see, giant. Yeah, there's a giant just kind of patrolling around.
Hey, that's the Oni.
Yeah, I'm literally just gonna nonchalantly walk up to this guy and stand beside him and like nod towards the wreckage and be like, "Your work?"
Small creature. Actually, he's not the dummy, he's a fire giant. What do you want, dwarf?
Sorry, is your comment not so good? I asked if you were responsible for the wreckage.
No, I'm investigating the wreckage. I was contracted with these people.
Oh, so you're a contractor.
Yes.
Gotcha. Which way is Ward 8? I was told south, but, directions haven't been the greatest.
He points to the, east southeast with his hammer.
I'll look around.
He says, "Go through this door. There is another fence to the east, and follow that. Be careful. There's some Golgari Kroll have been making patrols there lately."
Ah, those things. I heard they and the Silenci are secretly starting to amp up on each other. You should probably keep on the lookout for that.
That's their own thing. As long as they don't start interacting with the Boros and don't cause too much havoc, they can kill each other for all I care.
Yeah, I heard you guys have your hands full with the whole Senate talking about, cracking down on the Legion and making all sorts of new rules about how you can treat people. It's going to be a bad day.
We don't pay attention to politics.
Do you
The Senate
need some
is
help?
pretty squishy. No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Well, I don't know if fine is the word I would use, but you're not too hideous. All right, everybody, let's move out that way.
He's gonna take a swing at you on that one. I brokered. I will not be insulted by dwarves as this hammer comes down.
Just had to be sassy.
You provoked me. You pointed out that dwarves and giants aren't necessarily good terms, so
I was asking. It was OC.
What is your AC?
Since when do you
That's a
listen to me?
Okay.
it's a hit, Scott.
Okay. Let's see.
No one listens to
Okay.
me. I really should just keep my big mouth shut.
You shouldn't say stuff like this to Rendell.
I didn't think you. Fine. I'll keep my color commentary. to
Take
myself.
22 points of bludgeoning damage as this hammer comes swinging at your head. You also take... I don't know, it really matters. And then 5 points of fire damage.
There will be a rebuttal, something along the lines of, "Oi, I didn't know your mother was blowing kisses again." I'm gonna stand up and pull out my giant-ass greatsword.
Okay, I'll let you make an attack, and then we'll go back in the previous established initiative order as you guys attack this thing. Okay, you definitely hit.
2d6 plus 3.
Okay. Okay. It starts hobbling around. Everybody is frozen.
All right,
Oh.
No one looks
Like a
frozen
chat.
to me.
working for me.
Okay. It looked like everybody was frozen.
We were all just wrapped, waiting to hear what you were gonna say next.
So yeah, it starts hobbling. Damn dwarves. Okay, so Dahlia, you're first.
All right. If I go right here,
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that the giant takes up more than 5 feet of space between me and Rindal.
Yeah.
Okay, because then I can use rakish audacity and use sneak attack,
Yep.
even though I don't have advantage.
You
Yay.
do have advantage because you're flanking.
Oh, does that still? Okay, cool. And I'll just use my rapier.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't have that all written out. Crap.
Should be your dex modifier plus 3 is
Yeah,
your attack roll.
because it's finesse. So.
Yeah. That definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, and for sneak attack, it's plus 5d6.
Yep.
1d8.
Plus 5d6 plus. Yeah. 8. 23 plus. What's your dex modifier?
5.
Okay. So 28 points. Okay. Yeah. Weirdly, it
With
doesn't
my
have much
rapier.
health for a giant. So, you are able to actually just as he's hopping around on one foot from Rindal smashing him in the toe.
With a greatsword.
With a great
His
sword.
toe's gone.
Yeah. You're able to hit that Achilles tendon is just right there. It slashed him through, and he just hobbles back and falls down dead as he bleeds out. It was. You guys did a. He's not that strong of a creature, so.
Yeah,
Like he hits hard, but he's not.
yeah. It's.
Cook, are we gonna eat that tonight?
I was actually just going to ask how big is the toe, because I could make the sour toe cocktails with that. If it's small enough that I could take it and put it in a glass. If anyone knows what I'm talking about.
No, it's about that size. Grapefruit
Damn,
size.
that's too big. Never mind.
I'm gonna ask Frost and Ice to see if they detect any magic, if they'll indicate for me.
Nope, nothing really. There's a bunch of weapons here, but most of them are beat to hell. It looks like something. You're not entirely sure what, but something attacked this outpost, and you just basically just killed a cop. So.
Yeah.
Little Cook, how good are you with jerky?
What do you mean?
He probably
I
wants.
cast
to
a
make sure-
bonfire underneath the giant.
Yeah. He probably wants to eat the giant. I'm
Okay.
gonna go to the south.
Let's go to the door.
I mean,
I'm
I
graffitiing
actually,
the ruins. Did you
I
all see
have
that?
my spices with me. I can really quick roast something up for you, just a little hunk of it, but I haven't exactly cooked a giant before. I don't know.
It's really kind of tough, like tough meat. You're pretty it's like even besides the fact that it's a freaking giant, uh, probably not the best thing to eat.
Okay.
How
He was a
hot does the
contractor.
fire have to be to cook a fire giant?
Yeah, that's the other problem.
That's a good question.
I can keep casting bonfires, and I can use fireball for you too.
So let's,
I'm
you
willing
should
to
probably cook
experiment.
it with cold. Cook it with cold.
I'm super willing to experiment with the giant flesh.
Okay, so you carve off some chunks. Whoever wants to carry, you get. I
Yeah, who
don't
wants to
know.
carry this for me?
You get.
I can put it in the bag.
Awesome.
I'll say 20
Really?
pounds of giant meat.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited for this.
Rindle is graffitiing the ruins with the phrase "Boros traitors shall all burn by edict of the Senate."
Okay. You do that.
do
Okay,
this.
you guys going through that door?
Gonna take a look at it first.
Make
Mealy
investigation
and I
roll.
are. Ooh, that's pretty good. 17.
Doesn't appear trapped.
All right, I'm gonna try to open it.
Does it
It
radiate
opens.
magic?
Well, that's one of the reasons I asked Frost and Ice to indicate for me.
Now you guys are actually back on the street level. There doesn't actually seem much going on here. You do see a bunch of businesses around. You see a fence to the east, which seems to be where the giant that was so helpful that you then killed.
It wasn't helpful enough.
He kissed me. I didn't appreciate it. He didn't ask.
Okay. And there seems to be a shop to your to the west, and then there's a that's closed. Both of these businesses look closed, and then the shop to the south looks closed.
Okay. What kind of businesses are they?
One that looks like some type of weapon shop. The one to the south looks like some type of apothecary.
Ooh.
But they're closed right now.
Yeah, they're closed.
I can make them not close.
Right. I'll go ahead and head over to the fence. That's where
For
the
detect magic, all the fence isn't, but the other three doors all are radiating some type of magic for Rindle.
I'll be nice and share that information.
Okay. Well, those are in the shop doors, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I will go over the fence and go through it.
Okay, you see a bunch of they look like kind of mantis-looking people are scavenging around. They seem to be involved in, or not scavenging. They seem to be like growing mushrooms back here, and just tending to tending to basically a mushroom garden.
Okay, these would be the Groll from the
Kroll.
Golgari that
Yeah.
Kroll, sorry. Kroll from the Golgari that the giant mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And we know nothing about them.
Nope.
So
You can't. You don't even know what they're saying. They seem to be talking some type of language, but it's a lot of chips and like chirps.
okay, I'll call out to them. Trying to get to Ward 8. Is it all right if we walk through your garden?
Make a persuasion check. They look at you.
Can we hit her?
oddly. What?
Can I aid her?
Hit her?
Aid her.
Yeah. Yes, you can help her. Sorry, I heard.
All right.
Smack her on
it's
the back
okay.
of the head while she's talking.
Uh-huh.
No.
He might. I am not a very
It's full
charismatic
moon,
person.
so it wasn't surprising for him to say something like that.
I was gonna say if we needed charisma. What's up?
That would be a 12. I rolled a 10 and an 11, and I've only got a +1 to my persuasion.
Okay, they don't seem particularly. Let me go ahead and put some tokens on the map so you guys can actually see how many there are. Got that. Wrong thing. 4. So they all are kind of moving around. They don't seem hostile to you, but they also don't indicate anything. It doesn't seem like they're welcoming either.
I'm going to touch Mist on the shoulder and cast tongues on her.
Okay.
Great.
So now you can yeah.
Oh wait, no, I already had that. Remember?
Yeah, but you're too far from your ship.
Okay, never mind. Belay my last.
Um,
So what are they saying now?
please don't come in. This is a very delicate process.
Okay, would you have a recommendation how we can get toward 8 without interfering with your business?
They start talking among themselves for a bit. It's a lot of argument. There is no. You'd have to go several miles out of your way. Give us a moment. And
They need just they need just a minute. What they're doing is really delicate. They need to do something, and then we'll be able to pass through.
Well, if it's really delicate, though, why would they put it right in the middle of the road?
It's not in the road. You're actually walking through a business.
This would be the only way through.
Okay, so we're awaiting, and I'm going to be watching what they're doing. I'm kind of curious.
They're picking up logs and arranging the mushrooms, basically creating a path for you without you messing with their inoculation.
Okay.
Did the mushrooms look at all familiar?
I don't know. How familiar are you with mushrooms?
No, I mean, like,
We
they don't
did
look
see some
like
in the
demonic.
Yeah, they don't
These aren't
look
like them.
They don't look like
Yeah.
Zootomoid spores yet.
But I think Dahlia and Mist might recognize the mushrooms if they're edible ones.
Some of them are edible, some of them aren't.
Cool.
Some of them are culinary, some of them are. It looks like they probably supply the apothecary that's right next door.
Cool.
Love it.
So you guys just want to venture through?
I
Yes.
would like to ask him when the apothecary opens.
3 hours from now? It's a very strange person runs that. But they pay well.
Okay.
I think if we have to wait, Marla might put up his sanctum so that we can do a short rest.
He's
Because
hurt.
I took a lot of damage, yeah, and Full Moon did too.
That is true.
But why would we wait? They just cleared a path for us.
I will let you guys know that the businesses are probably going to open in about 3 hours. I don't know how long it would take the Kroll to make the path because it's delicate. It might actually take them a couple hours.
It would take 30 minutes for them to make this. So if you want to cast, I'm assuming you're casting Tiny Hut.
Yep.
Okay. So business foot traffic starts picking up. Everybody, as you guys are waiting in this opaque, well, you guys can see out of it, but for everybody else, they just see this opaque shell.
I'm not in the tiny hut.
What?
Mist is not in the tiny hut. She's outside of it with frost and ice.
Okay.
We're gonna probably hang out with Mist. He's not tired.
Okay.
Yeah, me neither,
Good,
so-
because I just pulled a Demir informant. So, if we just missed, you was gonna get knifed in the back, but Rindle is there. So,
Whew.
Rindle, you feel a note get passed into your hand as the crowd passes by. Just says we've been monitoring you. Keep up the good work. If you could do something about these Kroll, about their little garden here, it would disrupt. It would be, and blame it on the Celestian. It would be beneficial to us.
Rindle will be like, "Damn, these guys are good," and then like hide the note.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and so you guys waiting around for 3 hours? So everybody who's taking the short rest, do your thing.
Yeah, Rendell's just probing Mist with small talk about where she's been for the past 100 years, and
Yeah,
trying to figure out how she's financing all this stuff. I mean, 100 years is a long time to make money and all.
she does let Rendell know it's actually only been about 6 weeks. She was pulling Marlowe's leg with 100 years.
Oh. Well, I guess I can't hold you terribly responsible for not getting a message out in 100 years or leaving a note before you left.
Yeah, I couldn't really leave a note. The slod just kind of grabbed me, and I ended up in pandemonium. I worked with the Githzerai for a bit. That's actually how I got the Astral Razor, or the Astral Scythe. And the Astral Scythe had maps to Eberron, the city, and some place called Tamri. Wait, what's that other place called?
Toral,
Faerun? Yeah, Toril.
not
So-
Tamriel. You're not
No.
going to the Elder Scrolls.
So I picked
Great help for you.
Eberron first because it sounded like I might be able to get maps home, and I couldn't I didn't have any way to get a hold of you guys.
And that's the place with the whole asteroid belt thing. We needed a special gun to come get you from, and that's the only reason why we're here.
Speaking of that, how did you guys find out that I was on Eberron?
I've got friends in low places. I asked around.
Okay.
Around it's actually not a full 3 hours. About 2 hours in, you actually hear the door unlock to the south. There's still no movement on the blacksmith, but the apothecary definitely unlocks the door.
Okay.
And Mist, so the apothecary's symbol looks to be Celestian, but you notice there is something else like smaller. It looks almost insectoid and it's blue black. You see if you point it out to Rendell would be able to know what it is. But you haven't seen this symbol yet.
Hey, Rendell, what's that little symbol?
Rendell, you know what it is, but I don't know if you share that with her.
Describe the symbol again.
It's the Rendell. It's the Demeter symbol.
Okay, cool. Oh yeah, that's it's the hidden guild. They're kind of somewhat associates of mine.
Okay.
Don't talk about them though. They don't really appreciate that.
All right, not a problem. I guess while the others are resting, I'm going to go into the apothecary real quick, see if they have any supplies that I might need.
Most of it's potions.
How long have we been resting?
This has been like 2 hours, so everybody who wanted to take a short rest is fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so it mainly.
Full Moon's gonna follow you then. I mean, Marlon's gonna follow you.
Okay, so for you guys, it's large. Let me move you guys there. Wall to wall with potions. You can definitely see a fenced off cage to the back with supplies back there. There's a human gentleman standing behind the counter. Welcome. Are you in need of healing? Salves? Looks at Morrow, perhaps a male enhancement pick-me-up?
Oh, I like this guy already. I was hoping maybe to get some supplies for my own potion making.
I don't encourage competition.
Well, what do I have?
You'll have to buy the potions outright. I don't appreciate supply. If you're looking for a wholesaler, you've come to the wrong merchant.
Okay, well, that's not a problem. I would love to know what sort of potions you have, or if you were looking for any particular rare supplies for your own work.
I'm always in the mood for rare supplies. Do you have anything?
Let's see. I've got a couple different things.
As for potions, I have potions to make you stronger. I have potions to make you faster. I have potions to heal your wounds, to cure your disease, to simply
Lots
only
of
have to ask.
Okay. Well, I have. I don't want to give you the Gorgon canister. I want to make that myself. Cursed speed. Ah. Well, I guess the strangest things I have are the weird drow hand.
She looks at the. Do you offer him the drow hand?
Oh yeah, I put the drow hand on the counter.
He's like, ew, get away with that.
Sorry, I've been using it as
What
a
the hell
paperweight.
is wrong with you at putting a. That's the hand of a sentient creature.
Okay, I'll put that away.
Psycho?
I'm laughing. Well, it looks like I actually left my supplies on the ship. So,
So,
Marlo, do you
so
want to
you're
get
wasting my time.
No, I want to
is what
know
you're
if
telling me.
Marlo wants to get any healing potions or anything that he's listed.
Well, yeah, I was like thinking, yeah, what do you got in healing potion wise?
I have 10 standard healing potions. Those are 50 gold each. I have 5 greater healing potions. Those are 200 gold each. And then I have 2 superior healing potions. Those are 550 gold each.
Do you take crowns?
No.
Ah, well, then I got a problem.
You probably still have some sapphires, rubies, garnets,
No,
and stuff.
probably. So, why
How
don't you
much
tell me
gold
about
do
that
you
male
need?
enhancement?
How much gold do you need, Marlo?
I just realized that I have no idea how to get into my gold. Well, I haven't.
The male enhancement would be 1 gold each per dose.
Oh,
Take 100.
yeah. No, I really don't have much gold wise. One dose each. Like, does it work really fast? Like I need to be ready to perform like in an instant. Like it needs to be like fast.
I think I have a stronger dose I can sell for 2 gold each, but you have to be but there's some worries there. There's some medical concerns. Sometimes it lasts a little long.
Oh, even better, even better. You like the the women that I am with, they go all night. Like, actually, can you make it even more concentrated?
Okay. Well, I have and he brings it. Like, I can make this 5 gold. This is a potion of priapism.
That's awesome. Here's the thing too. It's like I have a really, really sensitive stomach. Like if it tastes like anything, like I need to not.
It tastes
If
like
I can
lemon.
taste it, well, lemon's okay. I can do lemon. I don't want it to be like really obvious because then I'll throw it up and I won't do anything. Like 5 gold. I mean, but yeah, I will totally buy it for 5 gold.
Okay, you have a potion of priapism. Does exactly what the name says. It actually works too. It's just.
Please don't test it right now, though. We've got shit to do that's not that.
Hey, and like, so maybe we can make a deal. Like, I don't have a lot of gold, but I got a couple of doses. Well, supposedly this is a really good, interesting drug. It wasn't the best made. It's black. They're not exactly sure all of the effects, but it's super potent. I mean, come on, you're an apothecary. You probably do a little something, something. Maybe I'll trade you a line for a healing potion. The
Make
cheap
a
ones.
persuasion check.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, he's very interested. Hmm. I haven't had any off-world libations before. I'm assuming this is Prime, right? You got Prime a long time ago.
Yeah, it's whatever the
Yeah, it's Prime
the
Dust.
tiger guy
Yeah.
sold me.
Okay, so he does a line right in front of you as you offer this instead of the 5 gold.
Yeah.
I need you to roll.
No, this is for the potion. This is for the healing potion.
Oh
You
yeah.
wanted-
Okay. Yeah. He still does that. He gives you.
He paid 5 gold for the other thing.
Yeah. He gives you a healing potion and does line. Can you roll a D100 for me, please? He is a magic user, so this is going to be weird. Full Moon, you don't happen to have the wild magic chart open, do you?
I can pull it up. Just give me a slight second because I have it in saved.
Hey Scott,
And
did you see the
because he
whisper?
did want to
Number?
try it, Marlon's going to do one too, the other one.
Oh,
What number, Scott?
54. Okay, you had to. If Marlo's gonna do it, then he has to roll on the wild magic trick too.
Yeah.
So 54 is you are immune to being intoxicated by alcohol for the next 5d6 days.
Okay, so the guy is like, which he was already slightly intoxicated.
Yeah,
So-
he's like, it cleared him up.
Yeah, he's like, huh? I haven't felt this.
So what is
fear
it?
in a while. So 17.
17 is you grow a long beard made of feathers that remain until you sneeze, at which point the feathers explode.
Oh, at this point, Miss is laughing.
So
Laughing at your
so Marlo, yeah, covered in feathers.
That's awesome. Does it say how long it takes before you sneeze, or that's the?
Until you sneeze. Which
Okay.
Tucker, I'm going to count it as Marlo don't sneeze until you sneeze, or you take a long rest. But
That's awesome.
Go wild magic.
Awesome. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. Miss leaves while she's laughing. She can't keep a straight face with a feather beard.
okay.
Hey Scott, did you see my whisper for what I'm doing while they're engaged in the shop?
I did not. Oh, there it is. I would say while they were engaged and everyone seemed to be resting, Mealy, how much are you paying attention right now?
I would be
paying
talking to
attention.
Mealy, I'm another giant. I feel bad for what we did. I just had a chance to bury him, but would you mind helping me give a prayer for the giant? Your god seems to be more liked around here than mine for some reason.
I can't imagine why.
Okay, as
Yeah.
soon as your attention is pulled away, you hear an explosion coming from the room with the crawl.
Is my passive perception high enough to know what happened?
Rendell, make a sleight of hand check. Yeah, to be your passive perception is what, Mealy?
23.
You have to beat a 23. Can you beat a 23, Rendell?
Only if you count a natural 20 as a success, what makes 22.
Yeah, I will say that if you roll a nat 20, I will give you this success.
Nope.
Yeah, you know exactly what happened. Especially because there's graffiti in Rendell's hand that says, "You were warned, Golgari scum, signed Celestia."
And I notice that and I just walk away. I
Okay.
walk over here.
They were very much
The
dead
corruption
in there.
begins.
Actually, all of you would have heard the explosion too.
I go rushing out and look in where the Kroll were. Go, what in the world just happened?
Some guy just ran in there and exploded. It was amazing.
So,
Just spontaneously
Dahlia,
combust
did
it.
you go into the apothecary? Like you would have, if you would have seen in the back, they probably would have had interesting ingredients in the back. But there's nothing
Okay.
immediately on the shelves that would be interesting.
I want to go and see what's interesting while this explosion thing is happening
Okay, yeah,
outside.
he's distracted. So if you want to go ahead and that's definitely locked. So I need you to go ahead and make a thieves' tools check.
Okay.
While she's doing that, I'm going to try to harvest some of the mushrooms and try to get some stuff that I could use for my own potion making.
The room is on fire. There is no harvesting the mushroom.
Aww.
It all burns.
You easily enough you unlock and duck into there. So you see, I mean, there's a bunch of ingredients here for most of it's potion making, but the herbs
Okay.
used for healing potions are all very similar to cooking herbs. You're seeing
Okay.
holy basil and
Okay.
like some of them are expensive. You also see another locked cage that has actual potions beyond it. You've been around long enough. You recognize the Demir symbol on this one. They look more. This you can tell is like not things you'd ever cook with. Foxglove and monk's hood
Okay.
and so
Yeah.
poisons.
Okay. Could pocket some of the stuff I'm familiar with, the holy basil and whatnot, and see how complicated the lock would be, or if it's trapped.
Okay,
To
go
get
ahead and
to
give
the
me an
poisons.
investigation check on that. Okay, so it's the lock would be easy enough. There seems to be some type of trap there, but it is magical in nature. You're pretty sure you can't disable it.
I don't want to mess with that. I'll just grab what I'm familiar with and leave the poisons.
Okay.
Not everything, just little bits.
Okay, yeah, it's easy enough. You get I'll say you get quite a bit of cooking spice. You actually do get some of the more expensive cooking herbs too. So there is saffron. There's probably even
Yay.
I would say a black truffle is hidden somewhere in there too.
Nice. All right.
So you get quite a bit of cooking supplies. As if everyone filters back out again, you can see that somebody has exploded the Golgari.
Suicide bomber. He just ran straight through in there like he knew exactly where he was going, and then
The apothecary is freaking out. By the way, he's like they were one of my main suppliers, and they were so convenient. They were right next door, and now.
Wait, you need a new supplier? Because I don't know if you've met my friend here, Mist, but she's very good with plants. She can probably hook you up with some new source of supply.
Do you know how to grow chanterelles and black truffles?
They're pretty difficult. I mean, I could do it, but it would take quite a while. I mean, chanterelles specifically need a specific tree that they are whatchamacallit.
Excuse me, friend. I think what she's saying is yes. It just needs some time, but I believe she says yes.
I would pay premium price. It's obvious he doesn't really care about the 4 dead bodies, but he does care about his source of supplies.
I need some initial spores for truffles and chanterelles, and I can.
He also whispers, I also, if you're able to grow those, I need in Amanita Paris, which you would know as destroying angel mushrooms.
I can grow that one as well. That one's actually a little bit easier. Right. But I just need the initial spores. Do you happen to have?
He hands you a packet of some type of spore. You now have destroying angel powder, which, if you apply as a ingestible poison, does horrible things.
Yep. Do I also have the spores for the chanterelles and truffles?
Mm-hmm. but they don't actually do anything mechanically, so I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay. I will get started on this once I get back to the ship, and I will be back to sell you mushrooms.
Before you leave, though, remember to advertise. What's the name of our company?
That's right. We haven't picked the name of our company yet.
Super legit.
So out of character, real quick, what do you guys want to call our company?
So are we going with the scouting, or are we going with the trading, or how do you want us to be perceived?
Maybe it's a conglomerate of all of our ideas.
I was just gonna say, is there some really
Yeah,
easy
why don't you
umbrella?
just diversify? Like, it's not.
Umbrella Corp, sorry.
I definitely think we should be kind of diversified, where each of us will have a chance to have our own business opportunities as we travel together.
Yeah, while you guys are having a discussion, I'm going to.
I actually kind of love Canopy Corp.
Oh,
We're always better than an umbrella.
It covers a lot, right?
Mhm.
We also cover, we protect.
Yeah.
And it abbreviates really well to CC. I mean,
That works.
I know a crazy Molcavian with that name.
I was just gonna say,
Well, I'm fine
she
with
won't be
Canopy
involved.
if you guys are all good with that.
Yeah, I'm
In
fine.
this world.
Okay.
Yes. Do you need a logo? I can design the logo.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need a logo.
Yes. I have traditional American tattoo style logo.
All right, awesome.
Not that that's a thing here, but
It will be.
the
Yep.
first of its kind.
So, have you figured out what you're called yet?
Yep, we're
Yeah.
gonna be the Canopy Corp.
Okay. A legally
It's just-
distinct
it's gonna open
name,
up
so
a
we do
branch.
not get sued. Okay.
And
Yes.
CC's going to open a branch in the Sunday night games.
Yes. I'm gonna start advertising this business through Mother's Shop.
Okay.
Little
Okay, so-
business cards at the front desk.
Okay. So, Canopy Corp.
Mhm.
And you guys are you guys going to do? Are you going to put out these mushrooms, or are you going to just walk through the burning wreckage?
No, I'm gonna put the mushrooms out.
Okay.
Are any salvageable?
Make an
Specifically
investigation
the
check.
edible ones. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can
And
grab a
every-
snack on the way.
I will assist her so she can get advantage on this.
Okay.
Thank God. I'm glad you did that. Wow. Wow. Have I mentioned the crap rolls? I have Extra Life open. Can I donate real quick and just
It would just make the donation after we're done. That way.
Okay,
Just
good.
remember.
if I get a 4 though, I might actually scream.
Okay.
Just give me a mushroom. I just want a mushroom.
You're able to save like 2. You get you get a porcini and a morel. We'll say that.
Thank you. I will give Miss one of her choice since she helped me lift. Whichever one you want.
So long as I can get the spores from them, I'm good.
Sure.
You can have the
Put
actual.
those out into little containers and give those to you, and
Okay.
I munch on them as we go.
Delightful
porcini
mushrooms. Okay.
and morel, you said?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Sweet.
that was brutal.
Okay.
At least it was bad and not in combat.
That was awesome.
Okay. So you guys.
Marlo is looking for clues as to who blew up the.
Yeah.
You might find the graffitied message.
Yeah,
and
you find a
possibly
graffiti
feather
message.
or
It's
three.
really not hard to find. Like, man, these Celestia people are dicks. All
Also,
they were
there
doing were
might-
growing mushrooms.
Scott,
Just
there may
like the elves back at home.
Yeah.
They're all just dicks.
there may also be some random white feathers strewn about, courtesy of other frame jobs that Full Moon and I are working.
Okay.
By the way, what color are the feathers on my beard?
Your hair is naturally black, right?
No, he's actually kind of a brown. He wears the black peroque over the top, but he's got blue eyes. He's actually fair.
Fair haired.
Fair
Okay, so
colored.
we'll say kind of pigeon colored.
But not white. That's the important thing.
Yeah, not white. Doesn't make him look old.
Or like he just blew up a bunch of Golgari right now.
Yeah, no. So are you guys heading through then after you put out these mushrooms?
Yep.
Okay. Give me an investigation check on those doors.
Dahlia?
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to actually roll well this time.
While she's rolling, what was the apothecary's shop name?
Ferris's Ferris's apothecary and sundry. Okay, yeah. The door to the north is neither trapped nor locked. The door on the south is trapped, but it's a mundane
Okay.
trap, so you think you could probably disable it.
I share this and ask who wants to go in what direction. Because I can unlock this if we want, or we can just go north.
Okay,
Anybody?
so everyone else seems to be worried about burying these insect things. Or what's
Okay.
left of them.
Since no one responds, I'll just unlock the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me
I'll
a
just do
thieves'
that.
tools check.
I get it.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys get done with here and move on to the next area.
At least I'm rolling well where it matters. The mushrooms were just a personal thing.
Well, maybe that's why she didn't want to sign your book.
That's probably exactly why.
Sorry, setting up the next map.
So what are we doing here? I guess I probably should have asked that a long time ago, but I was drunk and I didn't care. But now I kind of do.
Oh,
Where are we going?
We're heading
doing a lot
to
of
talk
things.
to the Izzets, actually. I need to talk to Niv Mizzet regarding a business opportunity, and I have a package to deliver to him. And Mealy wanted to see about like the forges up in the Izzet area.
Okay. You guys are. It looks very similar, like a mirrored image of the previous map, previous area. Right? But you come across but the room beyond is fairly nondescript right now. But it's an alleyway. There seems to be some type of storeroom to the north, and then a back door leading to your east.
All of these businesses have such strange connections to each other.
It's a maze-like city.
Okay, well, do we want to check out the storeroom? Or I guess this might be the storeroom to whatever place we're about to go into.
I mean, you're going to a meeting. Are they expecting you?
Oh shit, I should have asked that. Do you have a way of, like, contacting the Izzets and while we're traveling to set up maybe a official meeting with Niv Mizzet?
Who are you asking that to?
And I don't know who you're asking, but nobody would have one.
No, Rendell. I'm specifically asking Rendell.
Sadly, my medium for such communications is otherwise engaged on a separate business
Okay.
invitation that is going to take time to track down. I mean, I do have the Codex Maleficorum. I'm sure we could see if the name you're looking for is in here.
Nah.
Do you want to
Well,
look up Niv Mizzet's name in there?
Sure, why not? I'll give it a gander.
Oh, actually, at this point, I'll say it's late now with the 3 hours and everything. You actually, Rindle, you start hearing a whisper. Well, he's aware of you now.
Oh, I'll actually slam the book because it's no longer needed, and I'll be like, standby one.
Okay.
Touch the side of my head and engage in conversation with Arazu and be like, fantastic, thank you very much for your services.
It's going to be hard for me to get to you. He's a little pissed.
Oh, is he detaining you?
Kind of.
Do you need me to come?
I don't recommend that. Right now, your patron is, I've already talked to her. She's going to be negotiating on my behalf. I don't recommend you come.
Okay, well then I'll let you handle yourself. If that changes, let me know. You know I'm not going to let you.
He doesn't want you. He's a little pissed that there's people there. He said he had plans for the city, and he doesn't want people messing around with them.
Well, I can't read minds. I mean, we can talk, but I can't read minds. Let me know if your situation changes and you need a rescue. Obviously, I'm not going to let you. I'm not going to leave you high and dry if the mistress is unable to broker your safe passage.
I'm pretty sure she'll be able to. Just
Yeah, I get it. I got you.
What's it gonna cost?
Any recommendations on how best to avoid continuing to piss off Mr. Bolus?
He said just that he he has some agents. If as long as you aren't interfering with any of Raska's plans, we should be good.
Little late for that one. Well, I'll take that under advisement, and yeah, we'll continue on as continuing on and hope for the best. Let me know how things turn out.
All right.
And then I'll click off and bring out the book again and start looking for Nismith's name.
Probably going shit. Niv Mizzet is not in there.
Sorry, he's not in the directory. You guys had a friend that you could probably call up for that, right? Little impy dude, graduated.
Oh, we can't reach Hezekiah here. I've tried already.
Really?
Well, actually, I tried on Eberron.
Yeah, as soon
Now
as
that I
you
think
say
about it.
Hezekiah, you get it's staticky, but you get called.
Oh, we were actually
She can hear him. Crazy people.
very crazy. We were actually just talking about you. I wasn't actually calling you because I don't think that I think the cost for your services for just setting up a meeting with the Izzet would probably outweigh
Izzet?
just.
Oh, that's why you're so staticky. Stand by. Actually, in your little alley, and to Dahlia, this looks really weird. A red-skinned, fedora-wearing Cambion walks, like a portal appears and just. Actually, no, he wouldn't do it that way. And suddenly, the space you're in shifts around, and you become the alleyway gets longer and monochrome, except for at the end is a fedora wearing red skinned Cambion. It's the only color around here.
Of course.
With
Center of attention.
Yeah, cigarette in his mouth. And
sounds like
Well, hello,
a
Hez.
is Mealy, is this the first time you've interacted with Hez as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see, so it's the rest of you. You're used to this.
Yep. Hi, Hezekiah.
What are you doing in the city?
Um,
Pissing off
visiting.
some people, you know, making other people
When are you
happy.
not pissing off people?
Listen, you're not
Sometimes
mine,
we kill
but
them.
that doesn't mean you can't be.
Hezekiah, why couldn't I reach you when I was in Eberron?
You know that asteroid belt full of demonic and fiend energy? We kind of get trapped in it whenever whenever anyone goes to Eberron.
Okay. Good to know.
Remind me not to go to that place.
Mainly I'm here now trying to have a meeting with Niv Mizzet of the Izzet. Or was going to try to find charts, but Mealy was able to help me with the coordinates back to Suabos. So yeah, the reason we're here is business opportunities.
Business opportunities always benefit me. Perhaps you need some representation?
I look at Rendell. Do you know the Izzet?
Me? No.
And then I look back at
My own friend made contact with my own contacts here. I was going to have him reach out on your behalf, but he's otherwise detained, sadly.
Niv Mizzet tends to be a little temperamental for the court's tastes. Generally, we prefer the Demir or sometimes the Senate if we can't handle things ourselves. But yes, the Niv Mizzet, the Izzets tend to be a little chaotic.
Gross.
But the the entire plane revolves around some interesting legal magic, which always interests the courts.
the plane.
So the entire planet. Sorry,
Mm.
I misspoke.
Okay. Yeah, I might need some representation. The more we're talking about it, the more it seems like I'm probably not going to be able to just ask for a meeting with him without some sort of assistance.
He's a dragon. Appeal to his greed or his ego. He'll be fine.
How does he interact with, say, Nico Bolas, I believe the name is?
And why are you asking about that creature? He shouldn't be anywhere near the city.
Consider yourself a little bit less informed than I am, and just know that things are afoot. We may have stepped in inadvertently, and I was just curious what you know about the two of them and their interacting, and perhaps we can have an information trade.
Niv Mizzet is to Nicole Balas what an ant is to your foot.
Very well, so soon to be dead. That tracks with what I'm hearing. Yeah.
Well, sometimes like an ant can bite you on the foot and it really hurts.
Still an ant. Still a good analogy. Niv Mizzet could probably scorch a few of Nicole Balas's scales, but that's about it.
Well, for your edification, there is a lot going on in this city right now that are probably heralding the approach of Nico Bolas.
Then it is my recommendation as your attorney to get the hell out of there.
You heard him, guys. I mean, it's not horrible advice.
Okay, well,
And if by any chance any of you manage to draw that creature's attention, there are very few beings on the material plane that will save you.
Hez, before you leave, I know your time is valuable as usual. I have a question for you.
I have an answer, but can you afford it, Full Moon?
Depends on what the price is. We have some members. Oh, sorry. Mist and her crew have some members that are really wanting to get back to our planet. And if you could possibly supply them with a map to help them get back, I'm sure it'd be worth your while.
We've already got that handled, Full Moon.
To get back?
Yeah, Mealy gave me the 9-point coordinates that the ship needs to get back to Suabos. I already gave it to Astrid.
So then why aren't we back yet?
Business.
See, that's what I've been wanting to ask.
Well, our business was to find you. We found you, and we found a way back. So there's no reason for us to be here.
You don't want the business opportunities? I thought normally you were very interested in that sort of thing, Full Moon.
I usually am, but I have a lot more, let's say, business partners to deal with. Usually, but not here.
Okay. Anyhow. Well, Hezekiah, it's always a pleasure seeing you.
You know how to get a hold of me if you ever need my assistance.
Mhm.
Oh, I should let you know. It's tied up right now. But there is a subpoena for your presence in Mechanus. Something about a stolen book.
I
That thing doesn't even exist anymore.
I know.
Is
That's
it-
why we were able to tie it up. There can't be a crime if they can't produce any evidence, but they're pulling some strings. I can tie it up for a few more years probably, but eventually it might come due.
Okay, and who is the subpoena for?
All of you, with the exception of points to that one. I don't know who that is. And
It's
actually,
probably better that way.
at that point, he has. By the way, I'm Hezekiah. What is your name?
Pleasure to meet you.
And he shakes your hand and passes you a business card at like the same time. It just says
Smooth.
Hezekiah, attorney at law.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you. I'm Dahlia. I look at the business card and slip it in a pocket.
Just call my name if you ever want to retain my services. I
Good to
provide
know.
legal advice, and I can provide representation. I can also provide you extra legal representation, but that's going to cost more. If there's anything else, I will let you get back to it.
Yes, Hez. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.
He snaps his fingers. The monochrome fades. The hallway becomes normal again. No more weird street lamps. No strange bad jazz playing in the background.
Well, the street lamps probably looked really similar to the magic street lamps in Eberron, didn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and he'll turn and look at Mist and Brindle specifically. So now I'm subpoenaed. Thank you.
I don't know why you're thanking us.
Yeah,
Why are you thanking us again?
I don't know why you're upset with us. It's just a subpoena. It's a misunderstanding, I'm sure.
And what is it exactly you think we did to get you subpoenaed? Didn't you steal a spear?
Actually, no, I did not steal a spear. I used a spear inside the mansion, and then I got its freedom for it.
And it's no longer in possession of the owner of the mansion.
Right, you let it go.
Well, one could argue that the book was returned to its rightful owner, not the person who actually stole it. Therefore, we liberated a book we did not steal.
Yeah, but you still got the cops on you.
And the cops are on you as well.
Yeah, which is why I'm thanking you.
Your evidence still exists. Ours does not.
Technically, no.
Evidence?
This evidence doesn't either.
Shh.
Okay. Well,
And technically, the book still exists. It's just at the bottom of the river Styx, so absolutely nothing can get to it.
good times. All right. Well, shall we continue? I suppose we don't have to talk directly to Niv Mizzet if we can acquire the Izzet weapons through one of their merchants.
That's your business deal. We just kind of came to support a friend for old time's sake.
Yeah, we don't really have any means to, or reason to stay here, do we? Now that we found you, you seem to be able to make your way back home on your own.
Well, and frankly, we got people to pay. The longer we keep them, the more we got to pay them.
If you'd like to talk about contracts, on the other hand, like you said, business, maybe you can work something out that may be beneficial for the both of us, help our corporation.
Well, Mealy and I had begun the talking regarding that. That's part of the reason why we're heading to the Izzets.
Oh, would you like to share so we can add into it?
So Mealy, if you'd like to fill them in, I'm gonna try take
And
a look
around
at
this point,
this door.
the door to the north opens up, and a beautiful elven woman steps through and just blinks.
Ah! Oh, hello.
What are you doing in my alley?
We're trying to get to Ward 8.
And I'm very sorry. I have a meeting with some Krull. Excuse me.
Oh, you don't want to go that way?
Yeah, a bunch of Silencia Terrius burned them alive.
How dare you insult my guild?
There's a sign out
How
there.
dare you kill a bunch of Golgari? We're just
Yeah. What the hell? Are you
doing
the...
mushrooms. What the hell?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I've been with my guards all day, and as you see actually see like 4 Boros guards like looking.
That sounds
Look
like
like-
between you and the Boros, but the sign out there definitely implies that your guild firebombed these Gruul mushroom farmer peoples.
Well, then let me through. I need to investigate this.
Sure, enjoy that.
So you guys let her pass through.
Yep.
So
Anything
her
wrong?
and like 4 guards walk past. And she's like, "Oh my god, this is terrible. This is obviously a frame job. We would never make. If we made a statement like this, it would be nearly this uncivilized. Look
Well,
at
that's
this.
ridiculous. We were right there. If someone was framing it, we would have saw him.
Sorindel, can I get your assistance?
Sure. What am I helping?
So I'm going to say something and I'm going to ask you to boom my voice.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I would like to continue on, hopefully through this door.
Okay.
So as she's doing that, I'm going to yell, "Look, the Celestials are trying to cover their tracks. How dare they?" And then we'll walk away.
Okay. So multiple things are about to happen. That door is not actually trapped, so you don't have to worry about that. As you clear into the room, though, where is that? That's one. Sorry, I need to find something. Is this my instance?
No worries, we can still talk about stuff. They say they didn't do it, but yet they're trying to look for evidence, they say. Sounds more like hiding evidence, if you ask me.
Okay,
Guards!
That's what I wanted. So, yeah. So as you enter this room, you actually are you're now in. It looks like an herbalist shop, and it looks like the front of wherever the Golgari were actually in kind of a weird like growing chamber. This seems to be actually a Golgari Celestia like conclave. There's mushrooms, but also there's various trees. You actually can tell looking through the grate. You're in a huge garden. uh, the as you walked through the alley, you're in what you would imagine would be the Celestia quarter of where you're at.
Okay, cool.
Everything is very verdant. For Miss, it's the first time you've really felt comfortable since being in the city. Everything is green. It's still a city, so everything is brick, but there's ivy and trees and a bunch of. It's like somebody has tried to get nature to kind of take the city back here.
Okay. Cool. Definitely appreciating the garden.
And the commotion this woman is calling out is actually is drawing a lot of attention.
Yeah,
As a bunch of elves start coming out, and as people rush past, you now can hear bickering as the Golgari and Celestia are now arguing with each other about. Well, obviously it was a Celestia. Look, it wasn't us. We don't use fire. We don't burn shit.
Okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't burn shit. It smells really bad.
And then they're like, "This is obviously a frame job from the Is It." They're the only ones crazy enough to set fire inside of a city. And you start hearing rumors, and it sounds like the Celestia are getting the various Golgari around here to kind of listen to them. That obviously it wouldn't be them to set fire to plants. That's not how they work. If they wanted to kill the Golgari, it would be through fang and claw. It wouldn't be through fire.
If
It's
we can
the
hear
perfect
them,
way to cast blame.
exactly. I would say that's a way to you. I'm trying to say it along those lines, but get it to the point where we say it sounds that way and makes sense, and you're trying to convince people to not believe you or to
Okay.
believe you. I mean.
Okay. Give me a persuasion roll from Rindle and Full Moon to try to arc the conversation. Of course. Yeah, you're able to get the Golgari start being like, yeah, uh-huh. Given that derisive look, you're able to keep the whispers going.
I'm going to whisper to Rendell. Is there a reason that you're trying to get them to fight?
Business.
Roger that. Okay. I
Actually,
would like.
I did tell you why when we first started having our small talk. So you would know that I had arranged a deal to get the astral sail and the cannonballs to rescue you from Eberron that we don't really need, but I made a business deal. And, Rindle's the guy who's going to pay his debt.
Remind me, is the astral sails the Is-Its are the ones that could provide that, right?
No, that would be my Demir contacts.
The Demir are the only ones that can do that.
Okay. So, onward?
Okay. I'm actually going to stop with the maps for right now because things are getting even weirder.
Yeah.
And combat is going to be less important now. So, but it's all politics at this point. So you guys are continuing on. The maze-like structure is thinning out a little bit more back to that grid system. So things are getting easier. Next major incident. Actually, you're approaching Ward 8 because your technology here is becoming after the kind of peace of the Celestian Gardens. You're now seeing steam vents and arcs of electricity over your head. Before you just saw it through cables and street lamps. Now you actually see lightning bolts jumping between towers. It seems very unsafe, honestly. Steam vents just opening up out out of the city. Everything seems to be built around efficiency of work as opposed to actually things being safe.
Okay.
You hear popping. There's like a slight 2-second warning before one of these vents jettison boiling steam, which most of the people around know to dodge out of the way if they hear that popping. But it takes you guys a few times to see that. I'm not gonna have you roll any kind of trap awareness, but it takes you a bit to like, oh yeah, that popping sound. You better get the hell out of the way, or you're gonna get boiled alive.
Okay.
Beyond that, you do see some more Boros now as you're getting more civilized. You see they're running around. They seem to be working on pulling down a large troll creature and slapping large manacles on his back and taking it somewhere. But otherwise, from the weirdness of the slums, this is at least not actively dangerous.
Okay. In that case, I would like to find one of the Is It engineers to ask where I might be able to find Niv Mizzet. I have a delivery for him.
And it points to a tower, tallest tower, lightning bolts jettisoning off of it and being reflected to it. It is usually up on the top floor. And actually, even from this, you can see a very large blue and red plumed dragon just like hunched down overlooking his ward.
Okay. I would like to start heading towards the tower.
Okay. Go ahead and give me it's easy enough. As you approach the tower, there's a bunch of people waiting around. They seem to be, most of them are engineers, but they all seem to be looking for entry into the tower to petition Niv Mizzet for something. It's a pretty large line.
Okay. Interesting.
Is that who we have to talk to?
We might not have to talk to him. I would like to see if there's someone who would finish delivering his package. We could probably talk to some of these engineers regarding
as you guys are following in line, you actually hear "Death to the Niv Mizzet," and suddenly a swarm of scarab beetles starts forming around this line and starts attacking people. I need you to roll initiative.
Okay.
See, I only roll well when it's social graces.
15 for me. Plus 13 for your initiative check? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Dahlia, you're definitely first. What you can see, the person who shouted is actually on top of one of the buildings. It is a female drow. She has a staff in one hand. It actually takes a second to realize it's a drow because her face is actually painted white, almost like in a skull-like fashion. Matted hair, and she looks like this.
Ooh, okay.
And just this swarm of beetles start just devouring the Niv Mizzet on the ground.
You mean the Is-It's on the ground?
Yeah, sorry, the Is-It's on the ground.
How big are these beetles?
Standard size beetles.
Oh. Can't really do much about that. I could try and shoot the drow.
Okay. You're gonna have disadvantage because she's pretty far away, but
Okay.
Just set them all on fire.
I don't have fire. You set them all on fire. You do
Maybe I will.
it. Yeah, I don't have anything that can help me negate that disadvantage for range. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and shoot her, I guess.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
Jesus. I don't
Definitely,
get
it
it.
just goes wide.
Whizzing.
Yeah, whizzing. Doesn't even come
Okay.
close.
Oopsie.
Do you want to do anything else? You could probably make your way to the tower. You definitely see Niv is looking down, annoyed at this altercation, but
Okay. Yeah, I would start approaching the tower.
okay. You can see actually the line that aren't getting actually actively eaten are actually now swarming. The line is swarming to the tower, or trying to find some type of shelter from
Okay.
what's going on. Who's next? Looks like Mr. Mealy. Which one do you want to go first?
You want to go first?
How far is this person away?
About 150 feet. Or sorry, 120 feet. That's how long this thing works.
All right, I'm going to hit her with guiding bolt.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
I did
Way
not.
wide.
Jeez.
She's still chuckling. Do you have a bonus action or?
No.
Okay, missed. You're up.
All right. You said she's 120 feet away?
Yeah.
All right. I'll move 20 feet closer to her. And then do call lightning on her head.
Dex save.
Let me double check. Yes.
Half damage.
Okay, so she half damage. That's 3d10. Ooh, that's good. 18, 19, 20. 21 halved, so 10.
Okay, so as soon as the lightning strike hits, she takes a little bit. She's able to dodge out of the way, but you also notice like about half of the energy also gets absorbed by some ring that's on her finger. She seems to be set up for a fight with the Izzet, so.
Okay, well that's good to know. Frost and Ice want to do anything?
They're chomping at these beetles, trying to get them off of them. Oh, I also need you to make a Constitution save
I
because
do?
you're on the ground level.
Okay.
Technically, I should have had Dahlia do this too, but I forgot.
11 plus 3, so that's 14.
Okay, so you would take half of this. Take 3 points of piercing damage from the beetles eating at your skin.
Okay.
Now, let's see. It would be Marlowe's turn.
Okay, so she's 120 feet away.
Uh-huh.
On the level we are. Or?
No, she's up like that 120 feet by the way the crow flies. So she's probably only like 60 feet up, 60 feet away, but then she's probably 50 feet up.
Oh, she's like up on a ledge, or
Yeah, up on a building.
okay.
Because
That's
the
shame to
entire
me.
street is like covered with these beetles. It's not, and they seem to be attacking everybody pretty much indiscriminately.
All right. Hey Shane, you think you can get me there?
Yeah, I got you. I got you, buddy.
Okay.
So
he takes off running to get him in range.
yeah. Well, he just dimension doors you over there.
Does Dimension Door have 120-foot range,
has a
though?
500-foot range.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Sweet.
you're right next to her, and she actually looks really surprised when you do this.
So, and that doesn't use my action, right?
Right. Shane is.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna try to subdue her. We're gonna
Okay.
try to take her down real quick. So
That
first
hits.
shot with Shane. Second shot with
Yeah.
Shane. So that's gonna be
Okay.
that and that.
Okay. She's looking very hurt.
Okay. And then I am just gonna try to I don't want to kill her, but I want to knock her out or at least
Okay.
disable her with my fists.
Okay, you're gonna flurry then? Or are you just attacking once?
Yeah, I'm gonna flurry.
Okay. Roll it. You have to roll an attack first.
Oh, okay. That's why it's so low. I'm hitting the wrong one.
Oh no, you are. Sorry, I thought it was. Okay,
Yeah.
but both of those missed. You actually did attack. Both of those
Yeah.
missed.
They're just sucky rolls.
Yeah. She's able to bang away your fist.
Can
with
I
her stick.
pay $2 on that last one?
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, that hits. Her, if you actually clock her across the eye, she is not happy.
Okay.
But she's still up, barely.
I'm staying right in her face.
Okay, I believe it is it Rindle or Full Moon next? It looks like it's Full Moon.
So why are we fighting her again?
She just attacked the entire street with a bunch of beetles.
We don't know the street. The street could have been asking for it.
It's up to you.
Did we take damage from it? That's what I was trying to figure out.
Well,
Yes.
yeah. Missed it. I forgot to have Dahlia do it.
Do
Marlo
you
is
want me
no
to?
longer on this. Yeah, actually, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. Marlo is no longer on the street, so he doesn't have to do it. And
Full moon is though.
yeah, but it's at the end of your turn.
I probably took.
You took full damage.
Yep.
So you take 8 points of piercing damage as these beetles are.
Okay, real quick. I have uncanny dodge.
You
Can I
can
use
have
that
it.
reaction?
Yeah, you can
Okay,
have
so
it.
that's 4 then?
Yeah, 4.
You said it was 8, right? Okay.
Yeah. As you're able to kind of like quickly.
I just like freak
Yeah.
out a bit and shake some of them off, which is would be my exact reaction in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So full moon, what are you doing? You can actually spend your action to not take any damage if you want to just do your entire round of just not fighting against these beetles. It's up to you, full moon.
Well, I'm trying to figure out. I don't think these beetles have done anything wrong. You know, they're just listening to the person. So I guess around me, I'll do cast sleep.
Okay, go ahead and roll because I want to see how many beetles you put to sleep. They each have 1 HP each, so. So 24 beetles just fall asleep. There's still a massive amount, but you've managed to quell most of the beetles on you. And I would say on the person right next to you. So some random civilian is like thanking you profusely right now. Rindle, you're up.
I suppose that having seen Marlowe blip across the battlefield, I will launch a salvo of supporting Eldritch Blasts for him.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
I get 2 attacks.
Yeah, and you do not have disadvantage because I think 120 is its
Max.
That's a
Come
miss.
on.
That's a hit.
That one's not. I get 10 plus 5. Yep.
You guys and your fucking rolls today. Are you going? You blast a hole right through her shoulder.
And she gets knocked back too from the
Uh-huh.
I don't know how big that
Which
ledge is.
angle? I would say she's gonna fall off the building unless Marlowe tries to catch her. You can spend your reaction
He
to
will.
try to. Okay, go ahead and roll a. I actually won't even have you roll the check. You're able to grab her good arm and pull her back from falling. She's unconscious, and she's missing an arm and kind of bleeding out right now.
Oh, he blew it off?
Yeah. Her staff, by the way, scatters the ground.
My name's Rindle, and I blow people's limbs off.
Which it would be her turn, so she makes a death save. Which she succeeds. But the beetles, as soon as she goes unconscious, the beetles just kind of start swarming back into the ground. Mizit, who looked like he was about to do something, simply sniffs the air and settles back down.
I want to go take a look at the staff.
It's up there,
Okay.
and you're not quite at initiative. I'm assuming Marlowe, you're going to try to stabilize her.
So actually what Marla will do is on his turn, he was planning on healing worded her first and then beating her back out of consciousness.
Okay. Well, go ahead and. Okay, we'll go ahead and we'll just say you do that. Go ahead and spend the because you would have advantage on the roll and it would be a whole thing.
Yeah.
Marlo's an asshole.
Okay, so yeah, you knock her unconscious again. Miss, you're investigating the staff.
Well, you said they're up on a wall or something?
They were up on a building. Do you go ahead and climb up the building? Because you
Well,
can.
the staff would have
Yeah.
fallen, right? Because she was unconscious, not holding it anymore.
Yeah, it fell down. Oh no, actually, because it would have been blasted. It's now on the street.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'll go over and take a look at the staff then.
Okay, so this is the Thousand Eye staff. It's a piece of knotted wood with little holes everywhere and knots. Like it's knotted wood, but they look like eyes because not. But it's it's called the Thousand Eye staff. I'm not gonna have you guys do the because we're gonna probably stop for today. But I will give you the stats. It is basically a staff of beetle command. You can summon swarms of beetles with it.
You're a mummy now.
Yay!
Can Rindle go find the arm that he blasted off?
Yeah, it would actually be with the staff. Like it's clenched around the staff.
Totally gonna like pick that up and be like, "Look, Mist, we match." And I'm just
Oh man.
Rigamaru just has to sit in, so it's easy enough to get that. Now you actually, so Mist has like a hand. It's just below the wrist. You like, it's the whole arm here.
I'm not really keeping this thing. I'm just having fun with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that's where we'll stop for today.
All right.
And we'll pick up next week. We will not be playing Vampire this week, as me and Becca actually have an Adventure League game we're going to try out.
Oh, well.
That's
Very
cool.
well.
Where do you do that?
Oh,
A game store called Griffin's Nest Games. So it'll be the first time we try Adventure League. We'll see if I like it or not.
I don't like a lot of the stuff they got going on there, rules wise.
Yeah. Yeah, I've usually they have a lot of restrictions, but
Thank you guys.
Cool.
Been
Well,
fun.
thanks for being
Yeah,
here,
thank
Scott.
you.
Appreciate it.
See ya.
We'll see you
now
guys
I
next
need
week.
to go
later.
get food because I'm getting really hungry.
Enjoy. See you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.